And it says we're live. Do I sound okay? You can hear me?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Sound good. So, hey, everybody. This is Todd and Devin for another live play of Advanced Toolbox System. We're going to be playing, I'll tell you in just a minute. Trying to figure out Google Hangouts here. It seems like we sometimes get some delays of starts. I'm not quite clear. So, whoops, I just started a Key and Peele video on my monitoring thing here. So, hold on. It's a Sunday morning. Well, it's Sunday afternoon for me, Sunday morning for Devin. It's snowing here. It's 60 there, so quite different. So please bear with me a moment while I get myself all oriented here. Welcome to the live play. Looks like we already have 2 viewers. That's cool. And I'm just going to go silent for a second because I can't do 2 things at once.
Welcome. So that means when he goes silent, that means I have to start talking. Good morning, everybody. It's Devin, the original Grognard, the OG in the house. Yeah, I know. Sounds corny, but hey, what can you do? Once you get stuck on a shtick, you kind of tend to stick with it. So, but yes, as Todd was saying, it's a pleasant 60s here today. The weekend has actually been pretty sunny. It's supposed to be this way all the way through till Monday, and then we go back to about 40s and rainy, because that's how Seattle rolls.
And let me just tell everybody we're live on the Facebook page, even though looks like. So we got Al Red Sox fan on with us. So
yeah.
Hello, happy Sunday, and hello, Devin, he says. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Red Sox fan. And like and comment, and we're live. Okay, that part's done, so now I can go to this. All right, so everybody, I'm going to present to everyone here real quick. So everybody, we're playing Panther Line, a scenario from Panther Line. It's one that Devin's played a few times, so he has some experience with that, so that's cool. Panther Line, I bought the, I guess, like folio edition recently from Critical Hit. Haven't even punched it out yet. This will be the first scenario from it that I've played. I bought the legacy version. It's called now Sueo Heights. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that. So Sueo, if you want to try to find it. But now it comes with the map panels, but this is the older school paper map. I kind of like these myself, but he's moving away from that. And we're going to actually, I'm going to pull this up on the VATS screen. But we're playing on this map, and we're going to be playing from JJ 17 and lower. So kind of this little part of this bigger map. I don't need to fold it all out for you. It's like 3x2 or something, or 3 by 2.5 or something. Anyway, so it's going to be fairly simple. A little bit of hills here and stuff, but we'll all pull it up and you can see it. But anyway, that's the map. I just wanted to show it there. It's an actual real game, so let's get this out of the way. We're going to be playing Pebbles in the Stream. This is, again, one, like I said, Devin's played a couple times, so he has to, work through some of the stuff. And what's cool about this one is I'm going to be learning some new concepts within Advanced Toolbox System. Fog of War with the tanks, with these little tank symbols. Foxholes, which really aren't that hard. Tank riders, all the Russians have to come in on tanks. So I've asked Devin to play those just because it's a little different. It's not that hard, but so I'll be on the defense here. So you got to see me set up my defense. Sometimes I'd like to be set up before that, but hey, we'll see at that. I get some tanks on reinforcements. Devin does not. And so Devin, what is the victory points here?
I have to achieve, I think it's 40 victory points, and that's either through exiting units off the opposite edge of the map that I come on and for casualties inflicted.
Okay. How do casualties work? How do you score those?
1 victory point per stacking point for squads, and I can't remember what it is for vehicles. There is actually a victory point chart on the multitude of charts that ATS has. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Yep, I remember that.
Yep. And then I score the victory points for exiting off. So if I exit a squad off, squad is worth 3 victory points. I get 3 victory points for that. I kill one of your squads, that's worth 3 victory points for me.
All right, so it's officers are worth 4, commissars or FOs are 5. You have a commissar, correct?
Nope, I don't. Just a regular officer and NCO.
So NCOs are worth 2. H weapons are worth 4. And then AFVs have K kill, burn, or bailout. AF K kill or M kill, or there's 2. It's like if you kill it, it's 6. If it's an F or M kill, which means mobile or fire, right? Fire kill, it's 2.
Yep, fire kill and mobility kills.
That's pretty much it. And then exiting, like he said, every time he exits one, it's those points too for him. And once he hits 40 or greater, he's the winner. A chicken dinner.
I have 6 turns, I believe, to do this.
Correct. So the spotting conditions are hazy. That just means you don't see quite as far. As when he and I played the last 2 scenarios, which was clear. So, for example, if I'm condition normal and he's stationary, I can see him at 12 hexes versus 20 or no, whatever it was. But anyway, so 12 and 10, which for this map is almost all the map anyway. So
yep.
Let's see.
You also have to remember that you get whatever your height elevation is added to your range of your line of sight, and I potentially could have a +4 line of sight height, I think, +3. So that's going to add 30 hexes to spotting and to be spotted. So yeah, the conditions are hazy, which for say for a stationary vehicle is 12 hexes, but then you start to add the height difference and you're looking at 22, 32, 42 hexes. And yeah, this is what, 17 hexes deep?
Yeah. All right, man, we have 7 viewers. These people are like, let's get cranking here. Holy cow. All right, everybody. I was telling Devin I was up kind of late because I drank too much tea. I know I should be like, I drank too much alcohol, but no, I drink tea. So too much tea, and then I got up really early. So I'm going to use that if I don't play well. Can I use that as an excuse?
That's a perfectly fine excuse. You can use that, but heart's content.
I think people have seen us enough to know that that's not the reason I'm. All right. All right. So Devin gave me so these tanks are supposed to roll on with the die roll. Or Devin said he's just let me choose one. I don't know. Can everyone see that? Let me fast forward the screen a little bit. So, hey, and if you're viewing, pop on the chat and say hi. So, but I didn't take Devin up on that. So, Devin, a question about Fog of War real quick.
Yep.
So it looks like on the scenario card, I get like for the Stug, for example, it says 2 under the Stug. So of course I get 2 Stugs. And then there's a Fog of War counter next to it. Does that mean I get the 2 tanks and a Fog of War? But each tank can come on as Fog of War. Is that correct?
Correct. Yes. You will get the 2 vehicles plus the dummy Fog of War counter, and all of them will come on Fog of War side up. So you have 2 real vehicles, but you have 3 counters out there.
Okay. So you get 6 T30. You get 4 T-34-76s and 2 T-34-85s, and I get 2 Stugs or 2 Panzer IVs or 1 Panzer V. That's hilarious. Okay, plus a Pack 40. And some foxholes. And
a Panzerfaust and a Panzerschreck.
That's cool. All right. Okay, so you can see the map here. So he's put my troops at the bottom, and Devin's going to be entering from the top here and going to the bottom of the screen. Is that right, Devin?
That is correct.
He's trying to go here. You can see we got some, I should have read that too. So we got several levels here.
Yep.
Let's talk about some of the terrain here real quick. That's a hedgehog there, that kind of trench line looking thing with metal on MM7, for example. So, Devin's,
you have to make your own cheese sandwich.
Uh-oh. And
okay, thank you.
So we got wood houses here. We got stone houses. I assume those are just hedges. Wheat. We are in June, so I'm sure the wheat is in season. Got orchards. The trees are level 1. And let's see what else. Yeah, we are in VATS, and if you have the VATS module, you are welcome to come into. There's a room called Pebbles in the Stream. Come on, I see Kent's in there, and Kent's commented for a moment. Thanks, Kent, for jumping on. Scott's on with us. Mike Addington, hey guys, how's it going? So anyway, Devin, just talking about some of the terrain here.
Yep, I will point out that this map. One of the reasons I do love this map is you do have. It's just a really cool looking map. You got a lot of height differences, and you got a lot of printed hedgehogs already on the map, and it's a great game, and there's a lot of great scenarios. If you're unfamiliar with the hedgehog rules, this is a perfect way to do it because it's one of the few maps that actually have the hedgehogs printed directly on the map rather than just using pre-designated counters.
I kind of looked at some of the other things, but hedgehogs I neglected to look up. So what can you tell us about them?
Well, they're basically trench lines that you move to and maintain your cover state. So I believe they provide good, maybe improved cover. I can't remember right off the top of my head. But if you move from a hedgehog to a hedgehog, it's not like you're exiting the entrenchment. You're maintaining, as long as you follow the contiguous path. If you will focus the map so the viewers can actually see the trench line. So if you move connectively from one hex to another, you are still maintaining your cover state. You can also set up in full cover in a hedgehog, and you can maintain the full cover state when you're moving from hedgehog to hedgehog hex.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. We have several levels here. We have, I guess, for lack of a better word, level 0. Oh, wait, Devin's bringing on here. I gotta change. Maybe I don't want to change that. Keeps going back to. Okay. We have an MM8 is what? Are those foxholes or those are shell holes? Probably.
Those are shell holes. Yeah. MM8, 009, PP11. Those are shell holes.
So those are cost 2 to move through for everybody. What's that? 2 with a diamond on the shape. It doesn't matter. It's wheeled. I don't think we have any wheeled, so we don't have to worry about that. Hedgehogs. Hedge. Where is hedgehog on the terrain chart? It's not. Oh, it's an emplacement.
It'll be under the emplacement section. Yeah.
So diver modifier. It's cost 1 for personnel and cost of terrain for everything else. Okay. We have many levels here. We have 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. And the lines in like JJ9, JJ10, those are trenches, I assume.
Let's see, JJ9, JJ10. Yeah, those are hedgehogs.
Oh, those are hedgehogs as well?
Yep, those are hedgehogs. Any of that pale yellow looking type thing that kind of looks like an ant farm, if you're looking at it from the side, yeah, those are the hedgehogs.
Oh, okay. Then I think I might have. Then what's MM10 and MM11?
MM10 and MM11 are wire hexes.
Ah, okay. I would look at the wrong thing.
Now, if we had, as most ATS products come with the battlefield walk around, you'd be able to look at the battlefield walk around and would give the examples of what the terrain is per individual hex. So just for those of you out there who may not be aware of what the exact terrain is.
Oh, yeah, sure enough, there it is. Can you set up, so I got that 40, can you set that up in a hedgehog?
Don't think they can set up in hedgehogs, but it comes with a weapons pit, so people usually want to stick the weapons in the weapons pit.
Oh,
and I don't. Yeah, all heavy anti-tank weapons always come with a weapons pit.
Oh, okay.
Which is why I pulled the counter out for you for it.
Oh, I see. I've not looked at that yet. I need to turn off the thing. It keeps flipping to where you are.
Yeah, it's because I'm messing with the with the counters, so I should probably stop doing it. Did you come in as observer or as German player?
German.
Oh, okay.
Should I have done observer? Is that you?
No. You should have come in as German.
Okay. All right. So let me turn this off here. So everyone gets to see how this works. Server freestyle. Turn counter. General show wizard startup. Sorry, asked to ensure prompt. Where is the thing that shows you?
Oh, the snap to move. It should be under preferences. Where is it?
Disable automatic stack display.
No.
Moving stack should no. This is weird. Prompt for log query. Sorry, everybody, you get to see this. But part of the fun of learning.
It's somewhere. I just don't remember where it is.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, so we'll just worry about it. So anyway, all right. So Devin, go ahead and get your stuff set up, and we'll.
Well, you're the defender. You need to.
Get cracking. I need to zoom out here. All right, so everybody, I've got pack 40. I've got 2 leaders, 2 sergeants. I got some medium machine guns. Yeah, I've got to turn that off.
Scott is around. I'm sure he could tell us where it's at.
Yeah. Oh, we have Scott. We have a different Scott. We have Scott Mandel on.
Oh, we don't have our pocket Scott.
Service.
Okay. Well, I'll stop mucking about with the counters while you do your thing.
Hold on here. I'm just looking. Code and code. I don't think it's going to be here. This is totally weird. I don't know what all this stuff is. Better get out of here quick. I can be scared. I'm scared. Keyboard, screenshots, spotlight. All right. So I'm going to go mess with mine for a second here, Devin, then I'll let you. So, okay. So I've got, I don't know. My tanks get to enter on turn 2. I'm not going to worry about my tanks at the moment. I just know I get them. And where do they enter in from? Probably that's south side.
From the south side, yeah.
Oh, it says enter on along the west edge. So the west edge is this side to the south, everyone. The map, the map is to the left is north.
Yeah, for some reason, Ray doesn't like to orient his maps north, south, east, west. Traditionally, he just does it whatever. I don't know what his, why he does it. But yeah, for this map, as Todd said, north is pointing to the left.
Okay, so I've got a little bit of line of sight things to think about. So definitely going to be coming across here. He's got this nice big open area to come across. That seems like a nice killing ground. I assume the range on that weapon is pretty good. That pack 40. It's a B. It's a small map, so I'm sure I cover the whole thing. Yeah, it's all fine. All right, so we got to figure out line of sight stuff here. So, for example, J11, they can see all that. We got these. What are the crest lines called again? It's not crest lines, but like NN12 and NN13.
Those are hillocks.
Hillocks, thank you. So that's like a +5 everyone. It gives you a little bit of a sight advantage on things. And so what is NN14 and 15? A swamp, I believe.
Nope, that's brush.
And probably brush. I'm sure I can set up in that. It's a +5, so anything higher than that won't matter.
Yeah, I don't like the graphic that Ray uses for the brush because it really does look like a swamp, and his swamp icon doesn't really look like a swamp, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. So for the longest time, I was always confusing the brush with the swamp. So it's something a lot of people do, so don't feel bad about it.
So if the pack 14's in the weapons pit, it goes underneath it?
Yep. Unless, you know, you want to put it on top of the weapons pit, but it wouldn't get the advantage of the weapons pit.
Yeah, right.
And you're probably going to want to rotate the pack 40 because I don't think you want it firing off in that direction that it is right now.
Go down hex spines.
Yep.
All right, I get some foxholes. All right, where can I set up? Anywhere?
Yeah, foxholes can go anywhere except for water, swamp, Hills. What is it? Nothing that's on this map, and you can't set them up in bridges either. Basically, anywhere on this map except for buildings. But I don't think your setup area has any buildings in it. So
I'm 8 through 17.
Yep.
Okay, pardon me, everybody. Silent here while I look around, think about where I want my defense. Will be an amazing strategy that you'll all be like, "What the heck? This guy's a genius." So we'll have a little bit of line of sight issues that I've not dealt a whole lot with here. It's not too complicated, but so for example, Devin, help me out. So KK8. Yep. Tell me when you're there at KK8.
KK8, okay.
So now that's maybe a better example because it's got the hillock there, but well, anyway, so he can see all the way down to KK5, even if it wasn't. No, if the hillock wasn't there, he wouldn't be able to see KK5.
Correct. With the hillock there, he's able to see through KK7, KK6. Okay. Yeah, on down.
Okay. And how about KK9? Can it see all the way to KK5?
KK9 is on the edge of the hill crest and can see all the way down.
And even though I didn't know if having an extra layer of that level, whatever that is, level
2. Nope, because it's up on the ridge line and it's part of a contiguous slope.
Okay.
So technically, if like you were looking at a different, how do I explain this? If there was a different terrain type between KK8 and KK7, say KK9 was a level 4 like it is now, KK7 had like a level 2 woods into it, KK6 would be a blind hex. But since it's all part of the same contiguous slope, KK9 can see straight down to KK5. You have no idea how long it's taken me to get a halfway relative decent grasp on the friggin' hills. Hill line of sight has been my bane forever. But we can thank Mitch and Scott for helping us out with that.
Okay. Put another one over here. Well, this is a good idea. What are my ranges of my guys? They're 5 hexes. So then JJ9 can see everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Except for when blind hexes come into play from like woods and buildings and stuff like that. But yeah, for all intents and purposes, JJ9 can see straight down the hill slopes. There is nothing blocking its line of sight from being able to see anywhere. Well, unless it looks like to like JJ12, but I doubt that's going to happen.
And what's the range of the Shrek and the Panzer Shrek Faust is 2 no. What year are we? We're in 44.
Yep, 44, so it's a range of 1 hex. And the Panzer Shrek is range of 5.
You see the number there, pound 5 and pound 1, pound 2.
Yep.
And so what is the okay, I got you. But we're going to use table A3 when we go to hit on those.
Yep, we won't use the D/ATR column. We use the actual LATHPT A3 column. And for those of you who don't know what all those funky acronyms are, you got 2 different types of light anti-tank weapons. You got anti-tank rifles, and you've got basically shape-charged weapons, although I would also throw the Piat in there as well. Anti-tank rifles use their own separate to hit table, separate from the shape-charged weapons of Panzerfaust, Panzerschrecks, bazookas, Piat, stuff like that.
Sorry, the weapons go on top. Okay. The think of this as right now, everyone. It's kind of the meditative part of the broadcast here. Well, so man, 5 hexes, huh? Okay.
Still hurriedly trying to wolf down to my breakfast here. Well, more of a brunch type thing, but.
Oh, how many units can go in a foxhole?
I believe it's any number up to stacking limit. I could probably check that. I know in Squad Leader it's much different. You have specific foxhole sizes for 1 squad, 2 squad, 3 squad, but I think ATS is just as many as you want to jam in there up to stacking limit.
Foxholes 9.5 is foxholes. If you have your rule book handy, foxholes depict holes dug in soldiers, it takes a movement to move in and out of it. You can put lights and mediums in there. It does not even tell you. So
yeah, if it yeah,
it's the same. Okay. Oh, I know I got that confused. The hedgehog drawing on the piece, looks kind of like the wire piece a little bit.
Yeah.
So
oh yeah.
That's why I got that confused. But
there was a lot of confusion, even as recent as like Journal 2, when they had the counter art on the scenario cards. I couldn't tell if it was a roadblock, wire, or hedgehog. So yeah, it's easy to get the counters confused because Ray didn't do a real good job of defining them. At least the old counter set. I don't know. I haven't seen much of the new counter set, so maybe he improved the art in between the 2 editions or between editions.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And I got Stratomatic Delaware joining us. Hey guys, how's it going? I assume you're probably joining us for a second as you're probably getting ready to play a game live yourself. So let us know if you're playing live today. Let everybody know if they want to watch that later or instead of or whatever. Okay, I got the machine gun set up. I got the Shrek. I got the Faust. I got the machine gun. I don't know if I'm almost set. Seems silly to set anybody in the open when I got all this stuff here. All right, so let's look at JJ10 for a second. Devin, you might be
JJ10. Yep.
JJ10. So let me try to find an unusual. I know normally you're probably not supposed to do this, but since we're just going to test a line of sight here, so trying to find something that would be an exception here. All right, well let's draw from JJ10 to NN4.
Okay.
Well, maybe we should let's say first say MM6.
MM6.
Okay. So, and the only reason I'm asking is because he's covering 2, and I think you just told me this, and you did just tell me this, but I just want to make sure I'm clear. Could he see MM6?
Yes.
Okay.
He's up high enough on the. He's up high enough, and he is on a crest line, looking down. So yes, he can see MM6.
All right, but can you see the M5 and MM5 and N5?
Okay, now that's where you're going to have to take a look at the blind hex chart, because woods do make a blind hex. And taking a look at the blind hex chart, the height difference, you're at level 5 right there, looking to ground level. So it's a plus 50 difference. And you're looking at how many hexes to MM6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
7,
6. Yeah, so it creates one blind hex regardless. So MM5 and NN4 would be blind hexes from JJ10.
So, and let me make sure I understand the height differential. So we've got, looking at the green, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 to where I'm spotting because I'm from 50 to 0.
Correct.
But that tree, don't you look at the tree as the differential? So that's like at a level 1.
No. You look at where your height, what height difference you're at, and how many hexes to something that could provide a line of sight blockage. So JJ10 is a plus 50, and you're looking, the line of sight is going to be intersecting the terrain at MM6, as MM6 could provide a blocked line of sight. Then you have to see how many hexes beyond that line of sight blockage are created from a blind hex, depending on what your height is relative to what you're trying to see. I don't know if I explained that real well.
Okay. I think I understand. I'll do a little reading on it too and stuff. So, okay. I think that's good. So let me just place my guys around. So the question is, do I want to move that guy up? I think I do want to switch him around. And so I'll move the machine gun and those guys up there. Those guys down there. I used to think in the day I was decent at setting up defenses, but now I just feel now it's when you're doing solo, man, I think, oh, I'm not too bad. And then when you're playing someone else, I'm like, oh, I'm terrible. All right.
Because you're just playing against yourself, and you're always playing against someone of the same skill level.
I know. I'm pretty much a genius. My opponents are always a genius. Okay. So Strat Delaware will be, he says, hi, Devin. Strat Delaware will be playing a dead ball game, which means an old league, game 6 at 7:30, I assume, Eastern time. So go to Stratomatic Delaware if you want to see that then. An interesting map to cover defensively. Because it's like, do I want to play a forward defense or middle or back?
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite scenarios that I've ever done with ATS.
So as when you're playing face to, well, it doesn't matter. Can you inspect stacks?
Yeah, unless they're marked with a fog of war. Yeah.
Okay. If we were playing live, you could like look under the things and look what's in there and all that. Or in this case, you can just cursor over and look what's inside.
By the rules, I don't remember because I always play friendly, loose, and casual to begin with. The rules might say something else. However, if you want to inspect the stacks, I don't care. Like I said, as long as they're not under a fog of war.
Yep. Okay. Okay. I'm not going to worry about the tanks right now. All right, I think we're ready.
Yeah, it works for me.
All right. So, hey, everybody, let us know if you're hearing us and everything's good there. If you're seeing the screen, I think you are, so I think we're good, but just let us know. And are we ready for destruction and doom? Anything else?
Well, we should probably also point out there is a couple things that we do need to make aware and keep track of right now, and that is the special ammunition types that we by scenario.
Okay. Yes. So, special scenario rules say, and so just so I don't know if I said this on air when Devin and I were talking, but Devin has to bring all of his personnel units riding on the AFE, so they all have to be tank riders. So that's a new thing for me. All right, each tank type receives the following number of APCR rounds, not per tank, but per type. Oh, that's interesting. I misheard that the first time. Okay. So Devin's got 2 types, and I will have 1 type on the board. So, well, in the Pack 40. So the Pack 40 will get 2 rounds of APCR, which is better penetration of tanks, right?
Armor piercing, composite, rigid.
And then your T-34s, both of them get 2 rounds. So each type. So explain then how this works.
Okay, so since each type gets 2 rounds, my T-34-76s total would get 2 rounds, and I have to designate which rounds are on what vehicles at the start. My T-34-85s also get 2 rounds, and I have to designate which vehicle has what rounds at the start of the scenario. And the same with you. For your Pack 40s, it really doesn't make that much difference. You've only got 1 Pack 40. But for like your, I think there's different values for the Stugs, the F2s, and the Panther. And of course, with the Panther, it doesn't matter because they don't get APCR. I don't think they're kind of so powerful enough they don't need it. But for the Stugs and the Panzer IVs, you have to identify which ones get it. Now, you don't have to tell me. There should be, normally if we're playing a tabletop game, all the counters have little nomenclatures, A, B, C, D, whatever. You just note down on a sheet of paper. We don't have that in VATS, although you can make a note if you right-click on a vehicle and click on the Notes tab. You'll see APCR rounds, APDS, AP Heat, Smoke, Command, Elite, Front. You know, it's got a whole bunch of different notes that you can put on there. So you can keep track of the APC rounds that way. Or, you know, just mentally remember which ones they are and trust that your opponent will believe you and all that other good stuff.
All right. So I like the idea of making a note. I think I'll just roll for those tanks, Devin. Like we're supposed to.
Well, then if you roll for it, then I'll see what the number is and I'll know which vehicles you're getting. Because if you do the roll by the roll generator, I see what the dice rolls are. So, and I've got the table kind of memorized, so I'll have a good idea of what you do if you manually roll it through VATS, which is why I would say just, you know, choose whichever one you want.
I got you. All right, let me. All right, we'll close your eyes. I mean, I'll decide that now. Then I was going to wait. So yeah, and I like your idea. So I'll right click the tanks and put which one has those or which ones have those.
And you can use those at any time you want. You do have to declare it before you actually fire with it. Now, what most people will do, and just, you know, as kind of a tactical approach, is that, you know, they'll wait until they get a burst on target before they actually fire one of their valuable rounds. Because there's nothing that sucks more than having like 1 or 2 APCR rounds and firing that first and missing with it. Because once it's fired, it's gone.
So what's interesting though. Yeah, so I cannot use it on the Panzer V because everyone will notice the Panzer V does not say APCR on the counter, and it also reminds us in the special scenario rules.
Yep.
Or scenario special rules to get it correct. So it looks like if you put Fog of War on something, it just shows to me a little Fog of War. But does that mean you can't see it then?
Yeah, for when you mark something as Fog of War, the owning player only sees the little F marker. I think it's in the upper left-hand corner or something like that. But the opponent will see the actual Fog of War counter on the entire thing. So I can't see what it is. I cursor over it. All it shows me is Fog of War. I have no idea what's under it. It's just for the owner, for you just have the marker there to remind you that it's under Fog of War, and you don't have the counter hidden from your own view.
Okay. And you said, so it's notes. I'm not change label, but notes. Oh, it says right. Oh, it's wow. Okay.
A bunch of cool stuff that you can find when you start poking around in it. Huh.
Yeah, I thought we. Oh, and we each get. Okay, hold on. Prior to the start of turn 2, I make a die roll. Okay. Okay, I got you. Yeah, so everyone can see on the screen now that when I pull up a tank or tanks, if I'm picking those that take APCR, you got these little screen here. So that's pretty. You get smoke rounds. That's pretty cool.
Yep, bunch of little different notes that you can put in there. A lot of people don't realize the notes. You can put notes on counters, but on infantry, but it's much different than what you can do with actual vehicles.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So also we need to note each side receives one elite tank commander.
Yep.
So are you marking that as command tank or elite tank crew?
Elite tank crew is different than tank commander. I would just put that under notes as
yes, under tank command tank.
Yeah.
Because there's only going to be one command tank, right?
Yep. And honestly, it's however you want to mark it, just so you know which vehicle is marked. I mean, if you want to jot down under miscellaneous, if you want to mark it command tank or elite tank crew, whatever, it's more for your benefit to remind you which one your elite tank commander is. Now, the cool thing about elite tank commanders is you don't have to identify them at the beginning of the scenario. So you kind of have them hidden and we'll be put in our notes. If that tank fires, I'm pretty sure you don't even have to use the bonus if you don't want to. If you want to use the elite tank commander's bonus, then you have to identify him. Yes, this is the elite tank commander. But there's nothing stopping you from, shooting off a couple times without using his bonus, not to reveal him, and then later in the game saying, all right, now I want to use his bonus, and then reveal.
All right. So on the chart, on the hit probability table, it says elite tank commander -1, -2, -3.
Yeah, it depends on what level of elite tank commander they are.
We don't say in here.
Yeah, and honestly, it just used to be a flat +2, if I remember, many moons ago, and then Ray decided to break it down at a +1, +2, +3, and from that point on, they were defined by scenario special rule. This one doesn't have it defined by scenario special rule, and like I said, when this was originally designed and play tested, I think the flat bonus was just a +2 for the elite tank commander. So I'm going to assume and use that as the baseline for the modifier for the elite tank commander.
All right, so we'll go to -2. All right.
Yep.
All right, I think we've got everything. When we start, do we assume they are buttoned up?
Well, there is no buttoned up crew exposed in ATS like there is in ASL. So you don't have to worry about it. The difference that ATS and ASL make between that is that ATS vehicles become suppressed, which is assumed to be the buttoned up position. And that's what, like, +3 to their dice roll or something when they're trying to shoot or something like that. But yeah, for just normal gameplay purposes, there is no buttoned up crew exposed like there is in ASL. It's just one, you are either suppressed or you're not suppressed. That's
okay. And last question.
Yep.
So could I set the weapons pit and the gun in the hedgehog's hutch and they just wouldn't take advantage of the hedgehog, or not?
I don't think they can set up in the hedgehog, I don't think they can set up in the hedgehog.
Okay.
It would be in the rules under their setup locations. But they might. I mean, it's kind of like a Sanger, and I know in North Africa they had, hedgehogs connecting to Sangers all over the place in the desert. You might be able to. Let's see if we can. Weapons pit. Top of the weapons pit. Yada. Heavy weapons. Setup restrictions. Weapons pit markers may not be placed in a building, hex, or on a bridge. So yeah, you can stick them in a hedgehog, and that would, in my opinion, that would make them part of the hedgehog network.
I think I'll do that. Seems like it gives him a better field of view if he survives.
That's why I usually like to stick a squad in there with them so they can just absorb the casualties.
That's a good idea.
Kind of a cheesy way to do it, but
Can they go in the gun pit, or do they have to stay outside the gun? I guess they could go in the hedgehog then.
Yeah, they can just be in the hedgehog. Now, also remember, since they're setting up in the hedgehog, your units in the hedgehog can set up in full cover. I think units in foxholes can set up in full cover as well.
All right, so full cover. So I didn't do that last time, and that maybe hurt me, but it didn't seem to hurt me too bad. But I think I got lucky. That means I can't fire back opportunity fire.
Well, basically, being in full cover, what that means, that reduces your line of sight to your adjacent hexes. So you can fire an opportunity fire as long as someone moves right next to you. But beyond that, no.
Can you move out of full cover to opportunity fire? Or no.
No. If you want to do any type of fire, you actually have to move from full cover as part of either crawling or assault move to shift your state from full cover to not full cover. But you can't use it as part as an opportunity fire action.
Okay, and last question: if that unit's in the hedgehog and the gun's in the gun pit, is that 2 locations?
No, I would say, and I know this, like I said, they used to do this with the Sangars in North Africa, is that they would just connect the weapons pits to the hedgehog. So I would say that the weapons pit and the hedgehog are connected for the purposes of moving infantry. From a to hit modifier, I would use the weapons pit for the gun, because the gun technically isn't in the hedgehog, it's in the weapons pit. Infantry would be in the hedgehog if they're in the same hex with a weapons pit / hedgehog hex, but the gun would only get the weapons pit modifier, not the hedgehog modifier.
Okay.
And I think that's improved cover for hedgehog, and foxholes are good cover if I remember correctly.
I've lost a leader here.
No, you get both of your leaders out there. One of them's with the MG34, the other one's with the PaK 40. Or do you have 3 leaders? No, I think you only have 2.
I just have 2. I didn't.
Yeah.
All right, I'm about done setting up here, everybody. We'll get rolling dice here soon. On top of hedgehog, improved cover. Under hedgehog, full cover.
Yep.
Was that Kent? Maybe you said that. I didn't hear you. So I got 2 guys in there. All right, let's do this after I use the restroom. So, ready to go? Let me go take a real quick break, everybody. Sorry, I should have a screen here that says stepped away from the keyboard. All right,
that'll give me a chance to set my counters up how I want to bring them on, and I will entertain the troops while you were gone.
All right, be right back.
All right, so just to remind everybody, Todd and myself both have our YouTube channels. Obviously, we're watching on Todd's YouTube channel. My YouTube channel can be found at The Original Grognard. I also have my own Facebook group. Most of you probably already know about it, which is also The Original Grognard. Yeah, I know, I'm not that original. Whatever. Currently, over at my page, I am going through and doing a playthrough of Hollandspiel's game of Table Battles. If you don't know, Hollandspiel is kind of a newer company that came out a couple, 3 years ago by designer Tom Russell. And for a brand new game company, I think they've got like 20, 25 games out already. It's pretty impressive, the library and width and breadth of games that they've done. A lot of them are Tom's own designs. He actually has one from Richard Berg. Yeah, we won't go into that. I think he's also got Ty Bomba has designed a couple games for him. But they do some really good quality games. And Table Battles is a card game, well, sort of a card game, abstract rank and file warfare. I kind of describe it as worker placement with dice. You have formation cards out there. The cards have dice numbers on them. You roll dice, you match the dice to the cards you want to put on. You charge up the cards, put enough dice on them, activate them, use them for their attacks, responses, everything like that. I've got a couple, 3 videos up on that. Really cool game. I suggest everybody at least take a look at it. It's one of those games that I think will fall into a great con game category, kind of like Command and Colors, Ancients, Napoleonics, what have you. Quick, easy gameplay, 20 minutes, half hour. Of course, my videos run much longer because I tend to bloviate and pontificate quite often. But honestly, a really fun game since it is kind of an abstract system. It's very modular. The base game comes with 8 scenarios covering 17th, 18th, 16th, 17th century. I think there might be one 18th century scenario in there. First expansion just came out, War of the Roses, which I think has 8 or 10 scenarios in it, covering the battles of, obviously, the War of the Roses. They just announced the next expansion, which is going to be covering Alexander the Great's march through Greece and Persia and India. And I've talked to Tom, and he has also said that there are plans for expanding into classical Roman era, Napoleonics, American Civil War, and even World War II. So there are big plans for the system. 3 pages of rules, really great. I really highly recommend it. I actually have found myself enjoying the game more than I can. Let's see. Can you put your link in the chat? Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. This is for the benefit of Al, or Red Sox fan. I will go ahead and put both my YouTube channel, if I can find it, because I am illiterate when it comes to the internet, pretty much. We'll go with that and see if that works. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, let me try it a different way. Too many windows. I got like 6 windows open. YouTube. Let's go Facebook first. Let's see if I can bring that one up without mucking the address up. UG. Original Grognard. That's not going to work. Dead air, dead air. That's from my old military times whenever we were talking on the 1MCs or anything, and we weren't actually saying anything. We'd occasionally have to go dead air to let everybody know that, yes, we're still alive and we're still on the line. Let's see. Okay, we'll go do that.
All right, sorry about that, everybody. I'm back. Okay, a little snack. Got to get my sustenance to try to destroy Devin here. So, did Devin step away? All right, everybody, I'm back. Oh, I did lose Devin. Oh, what happened? Let's see here. What's going on? I leave and it's all crazy different. Let me go to my interesting. So now everybody gets to hear me kind of walk through the process here of checking what's up. Make sure nothing, no messages. Oh man, this setup's taking longer than I thought. All right, I should have known that. Normally, I'd like to have this all set up before I go, everybody. So I'll put notes in the show notes and in the links and all that to start it. Start it when we actually start. So about looks like about 2:15. So gosh, and
oh God, I'm an idiot. So I have been pontificating here for like the last 5 minutes and didn't even realize I wasn't on when I signed out to try to get the web link to be able to post it. Yeah, I didn't realize that it.
That's all.
Yeah, so yeah, Al, I've been talking to you about trying to find my channel and how I can't get the web address. So yeah, I didn't even realize I had logged out. I apologize. It's me being a moron.
All right. I think we're ready to go, everybody. Al Red Sox says laugh.
All righty. Yeah, I think we're good to go. The good thing about this scenario is we don't have any artillery, so we can completely skip the artillery phase.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So now we're going through the fully engaged sequence of play by Mitch. So we can skip 4.51 in direct fire segment and fire and movement segment. Roll for initiative. 1d10, 3, and 3.
And the famous VATS dice roller begins to show. Oh, great. Here we go. Starting off already with a 10.
And 10. What? Come on.
9.
9. Who can guess what I'm going to roll? 5. All right.
There you go.
Wow. Just start. All right, here we go. Start.
I'd say this is a good way to get rid of our bad dice rolls early, but I have far too much experience with the VATS dice roller to have any faith in that.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll pass.
Really? You're not going to do anything? I'm shocked and surprised. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start off. We're going to bring on one of my T-34-76s. Going to be oh, that's right. That's the one thing I always hated about the T-34s. Their assault move is absolute crap compared to their cross country. So I could decide if I want to zoom up there or not. Their assault move is 5. Their cross country is 15. This is a what year is this scenario again?
44.
44. Okay, so I don't have to worry about crappy Soviet tank modifiers for pre-1943. All right, well, we're going to bring the first one on cross country. We're going to start off with bring it on. Here we go. Half X of JJ0. So it's going to be 1. Now, I will note that I do have the tank riders, and when we get to having to onload, offload, or when I get shot at, we will comment on that. Now, one thing that I should probably point out to Todd that he may not know about, you can directly fire small arms fire at my infantry that are riding on the tanks. It's just they get assault movement cover, so it's -1 to shoot at them. So. Just something so you know. Okay, so that's a half. What is roads? I always forget what roads are for vehicles. Yeah, half.
And these are dirt.
Dirt roads? Yeah, not much in the way of pavement or concrete in rural Russia at the time. Half. KK1 for 1. LL1 for 1.5. 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. Let's see. Rotate. No, actually, I don't even have to rotate. I'm still pointing the right way. Whoops. 4, 4.5. Actually, I will rotate now.
I'm going to start over. Just kidding.
I need to sit down and start learning what the key binds are. 5.5, 6.5. And I go kind of slow. I try to give a little bit of a pause to allow my opponent to decide if they want to op fire at me or not. We'll go 8.5.
All right, I'll fire.
Really? Let me guess, you're going to fire with the Pack 40.
Sure.
Woo!
I'm going to fire just with the crew.
Well, you could. Well, crew would be out of range.
Oh, dang it. My whole plan. All right, so Pack 40, it's a B. But you're moving, so it's probably...
It's going to be difficult.
So, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
B6, so it's going to be 9 to hit. So it's going to be really easy. Oh, wait. Instead...
Actually, it's going to be 8 to hit. B-class weapon at 6X's is 8.
Oh, sure enough. Sorry. A little less easy. Okay. Didn't change your covered arc. No burst on target.
Oh, crap. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to pull out the vehicle cards.
Well, give me a second.
You've got them? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've got them. I haven't come out, but they're all here. Yeah.
I'd have to run across the room and dig through a bunch of stuff to get my cards out.
Okay, so let's look here. So, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going down. I'm not going to read them all out loud.
Yep. Just read the pertinent ones.
Moving vehicle target +2.
Yep.
Now I'm at a 6.
Yep.
Target size modifier.
Yep, that's what we need the card for. I don't remember what the T-34 is.
And it's which one is this? It's a C.
Yep. T-34-76C.
0. Size 0.
Okay.
Running assault moving nope. Sorry, everyone. I know this is exciting. I should be reading these out loud, but I don't want to. All right. So I'm not saying, did I miss it here? So I said it's +2 for moving. Oh, I did say that. So it's a 6. And that's that. Oh, and he's officer directed.
NCO directed.
NCO. So it's a -1. So it's now I need a 7 to hit.
Yep.
Or 9.
Or, yeah, that's going to be a miss. Ouch, that's painful. But you do have a rate of fire, too.
Do I get a burst on target on that or no?
No, you only get the bots when you actually hit. That's another one of the differences between ASL and ATS. ASL, you always get whenever you shoot at something, it's either your first one's a -1, second one's a -2 to hit. With ATS, you only get the bot when you actually hit the target.
Yeah, lock and load, you get it immediately too.
Yeah.
Okay. So Devin will tell you how it's different than ASL, and I'll tell you how it's different than lock and load.
Yep.
All right. I don't know, man. I guess so. I'll try again.
Or you can save it for another shot. I'm cross-country moving, so I'm not going to be able to shoot at you. You may want to save that second rate of fire for another vehicle.
Let me bring another tank in. All right.
And I actually will continue moving though. So that's 9. Now remember, you can shoot at the infantry that's on the vehicle with your infantry. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, we got a lot of guys coming on though.
I do have a lot of guys coming on.
But I do have a few defenders here, so
just a couple. And we'll go 9.5, and we'll stop right there with that. So they have moved.
Will your troops on top be able to do anything to me?
No, because they're with the vehicle, and since they cross-countryed, you can't shoot when you do cross-country or running, so that's considered running movement. So I can offload during the infiltration phase. I could also offload if I spend like half the movement of the vehicle. They kind of work like transports, but as it stands right now, I can't shoot at you because the vehicle was cross-country.
Okay. And what's the stacking for your vehicles?
2 vehicles per hex, 3 if one of them is being towed.
Okay. All right. Next. Are you done?
Yeah, my impulse is done.
Pass.
Really? You're not going to come out of your foxholes and run at me? I'm surprised. All right, bringing another T-34 in. Cross-country move. We're going to be going 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, and he will rotate. Whoops, wrong way. For 5.5. I think that was where I was up to 5.5. 6. 6.5. And I will stop moving.
Okay.
So over to you.
Like when I'm using the Shrek or Faust, I'll use the to hit chart on the right on A3, but I'll use the modifiers on A1.
Yes.
Okay. Now, do they get some obscuring line sight because of that tank there?
Nope. I don't think so. I don't think firing through I don't think a vehicle is obscuring. Besides which you're firing from overhead anyways.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. I don't think a burning vehicle would offer obscuring. A wreck would offer obscuring.
Okay.
But I don't think just a normal vehicle. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything under the to hit chart.
Well, there's just I just see obscuring.
Yeah, obscuring, wreck, FFE, smoke.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I may be wrong on that. It's too bad like Mitch or Scott isn't here to school us on that. Oh, Scott is here. Hey, Scott, welcome. AFVs and APCs are obscuring. Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Scott. Couldn't do it without Scott. So we got Scott Eagles. We got Rocky's War Room on here for a second. He's a guy who paint chat. So if you want to see some painting and some occasional gaming videos, you'll see there. But he does a lot of how to painting, unboxings, and all that. So go check out Rocky's War Room if you're interested in that sort of thing, historical and a little bit of science fiction. I'd say, yeah, he's got a lot on Antares if you're interested in that. Kent Smith, okay, got him. Okay, all right. Let's see. So my turn. I'll pass.
All right, going to activate another T-34-76C, bringing them on the same spot. Actually, they should be stacking up beyond that. So this will be the third one moving on. So 1/2, 1.5.
So you could have put them 2, right? Because they could have been stacked 2 into 1.
I could have and brought them on with platoon movement, but to be honest, I don't like stacking multiple vehicles in the same hex, mainly because it confuses me, and I don't need things confusing me more than I already am. So yeah, I could have would have been acceptable, but I didn't. So 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6. We've seen this before. Go ahead and rotate the tank. like 6, I think. Yeah, 6. 6.5, and we'll go ahead and be finished. Pass it over to you.
Pass.
Alrighty, now we're going to bring on a T-3480. No, we're going to do with a. We're going to bring another T-3476 on, but this time it is going to appear in TT0. That's Wheatfield is what? 2 for 1, 1.5, 2. What is Wheatfield? Excuse me. Sorry, sneezing in everybody's ear. My phone was nowhere near my mute button. What is that called? Orchard, right? No. Crop. 2. All right, so 2, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, and 6.5, and we'll finish there. See, now this is when I wish ASL or ATS had the bypass movement, so I could sneak right between those lines between R3 and SS3, between those buildings and those woods. Use bypass movement to sneak through there, but ATS doesn't have that. So if I would have wanted to get through there, I'd either have to drive through the woods, which would risk an immobilization roll, and I always fail my immobilization checks, or I have to go around. Poopy. So yeah, that's me. Pass over to you.
So sad.
So sad.
So if I were to fire my Pack 40 onto the tank with the leader on it on PP7,
yep,
would those be obscured or not because they're higher? Because
well, obscuring terrain is always +5 height, so I don't think they would be obscured because they're only a half level obscuring.
Okay.
Now Scott will probably correct me because Scott tends to do that, which is one of the reasons we love Scott.
We love Scott. All right.
Oops.
Yeah, I think I'll just pass. I don't even want to play. I'll just pass all game.
Gee, you probably should have just set up full cover then.
Oh yeah, would have been better.
Yeah, make it easy for me.
Might not even show up then. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Have Devin play solo.
All right. Going to bring on one of the T-3485s. Going to be a TT0. Or no, I guess that is. Where'd the other 85 go to? Oh, yeah, the 85 is with. I already brought one of the 85s. I'm losing track of my vehicles. I'm a Soviet player. I don't know where my vehicles are. All right, again, coming in through TT1. This is going to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, and we'll go ahead and leave it there. Pass to you.
I'll pass. Oh wait, hold on. Scott Eagles 5+ terrain is only a line stop route for same level or continuous slope. So it says Scott Eagles.
Yeah, see, there you go. And since it's not a continuous slope, you're firing from overhead. Yay, I'm right. Oh my God. My mentors, Mitch and Scott, are actually managing to pass stuff on to me that I'm actually starting to remember and comprehend.
Good job.
Oh my God, something's going wrong.
Good job, Scott and Mitch.
That's right. Honestly, without those two, I think most of us would be completely clueless how the game is played. All right, so bringing in my last vehicle. 2, 3, 4. So 4 to bring it on. 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, 7.5. And we're going to stop. I'm not going to have any of the vehicles continued motion.
Okay.
So yeah, they're just all cross country. I haven't marked them all with cross country, but they're all cross country. So pass to you.
So the little arrow in C is not continuous. That's cross country.
Yeah, that's cross country. Continuous is actually just a
Arrow.
Let's go ahead and mark it so we can show people what it looks like. Continued. That's what continued looks like.
Which tank did you do? Sorry.
The lead tank. So if you want to zoom in, it kind of looks like it's a little wavy mark right next to the cross country.
Yeah, it's the ellipses or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna turn that off there because you don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yep.
I don't wanna.
I don't want to.
All right, so you're done everything. Now it's my turn to see if I want to do something. Correct?
Correct.
All right, so let's fire that gun again.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to fire on PP7.
PP7. All right.
And so it should be all the same.
Yep.
So it was a 8 and a 7.
Yep.
A 3.
Hey, you hit. All right. Now roll for location.
Roll for what? I'm sorry. Penetration.
Location.
Location. Looking at the chart, it says an 8. It's hitting.
Should be lower hull.
Lower
Might
hull.
be. Let's see.
Yep, lower hull.
Yep. All right. So you've got the cards there. So look at the T30. That's a T3485. So what's their lower hull front armor?
Lower hull front armor is an 11.
All right. Now what's your penetration with the Pack 40 at 6Xs?
For the Pack 40 at 6 hexes, that's going to be on that little brown chart or the.
Yep.
That is a what? A 75B. So I have 75B A and B. 75B A and B in parentheses.
One of them should be, I think, is the Russian version. The other one's the German version, if I remember correctly.
You're correct. Let me just look on the chart. I'm sure Scott will pipe in if he's here, but I'll keep.
Yeah, the 75. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so you've got 75B, 75BA, which would be, I think, is American, 75B, which is British. So you'd use the first 75B.
Oh, there's 3 75Bs. Got it.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So I'm sorry, pin at 6, it's 12.
Yep. And what's my armor? It was an 11. So the difference is +1.
Correct.
So we look on the armor penetration table with the difference of +1. And I assume you're firing normal AP. You weren't saying you were firing APCR.
Correct.
So roll on the 1+1 column.
And which table were we looking at here? Sorry.
We're looking at C1, the K kill table,
All right.
which is right below the hit probability table.
Got it.
The
Yep.
modifiers.
And so it's a +1, so I got a 4, 3, and 1. And there's nothing else on there. So it's a 5, so nothing.
Yep. So the shell slammed into it and ricocheted, bouncing off, giving my guys a bad headache. Now, Scott, you're going to have to help me with this one because I don't want to pull out the rules, and I should have looked at the rules earlier. If Scott is even at the table because he said he was at work. The effect of infantry, I think it's an automatic suppression roll for infantry if they get hit while riding a tank. I think that is what it is. Actually, I might even have to take. I should probably check this because you had a very large shell hit me while I was riding it.
Seems like it'd be scary.
Not only scary, but dangerous as well. Let's see. APC units. Let's see. Watercraft. Right in the right area. Hull Defilade. Bangalores. I was kind of looking at this earlier before we started because I had a feeling this was a situation that was gonna crop up because I knew I was gonna keep my infantry on the tanks. Oh, come on, where is it? Gun duels.
I want to say hi and just jump in that I've jumped in here.
Hi.
It's roll 12.5.82.
12.5.82.
It's Passenger's Fate.
Yes, you are correct.
Everybody, that's Tony popped in there, so thank you, man.
Welcome, Tony. We appreciate it.
I was keeping quiet till I had to expose myself.
Yeah.
You were in full cover.
I was in full cover. I slipped in under double mute. I didn't even realize it.
Double.
So what was it again?
I had my headphones muted and I had my computer muted, so I had to make sure I had to get everything right.
What was the rule again?
12.5.82.
12.5.82. Right.
But I didn't see. So evades targeted passengers suffer the following fates. So that didn't happen. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Mm.
5, 8-2. Okay, transport, get burned, get killed. Okay, gunfire. Oh, gunfiring AP. Make a roll on the casualty table using the AP roll the casualty for K kills from APCR, APDS. Gunfiring high explosive anti-tank. Use K table on the K kill table on the casualty table using the gun's HE equivalent. Okay, so the gun was firing HE. Make a roll on the casualty table using the AP roll of the casualty table for K kills. Okay, so we go back to C1. Where is it? Should that be it? No. Scott is saying 11.5.9 for effects personnel.
Okay.
And yeah, writing on automatically unloads when they get shot at. Yep, you got that right, Kent. I was getting to that slowly but surely. 11.5.9. And like I said, if I'd have been much more smarter, I'd have definitely spent more time looking at this. Yeah, 11.5.9, writing on automatically unload. Whenever an AFE is hit by an AP from a weapon gun size 20 millimeter or larger, personnel writing on the AFE must immediately suffer the specified attack and then immediately unload. Personnel units writing on the AFE also unload immediately when fired on by non-anti-aircraft machine gun weapon. This loading does not require the use of movement impulse, but is considered using running movement mark appropriately for the unloading. Otherwise, they are treated normally as units that are used running movement and can infiltrate. So yeah, and the 75 millimeter has a HE value or a frag factor of 4. And where did we find that, Scott? I think that's the. Where do we find that?
Well, there's the casualty. HE or gun factor frag. I mean, there's the HE equivalent would look to me. It looks like it'd be 14, but that seems high.
Well, yeah, but that's the HE. If this is armor piercing, which isn't as much.
Oh yeah, I got it. So it's AP, and it's greater than that, so probably 4. Yeah.
Yeah, that says AP CF greater than 37 is a 4.
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha. All right, so I'm gonna have to roll on the 4. Actually, you can roll on the 4 chart.
So it's like, and so I'm rolling the attack now on those guys.
Yep, this is for the infantry.
4.
4 on the 4 column
1
is going to be a C1. So let's go ahead and pull these guys off because I know they're going to be dismounting from the vehicle. Put a casualty marker on them. Combat casualty on the infantry. Go ahead and roll motivation. NCO is going to be 7 -1 for casualties taken is 6. Modifier is going to be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 because of morale support for vehicles and infantry. So let's see if we roll for heroic. Nope, anybody passes. The infantry is going to be 11. Roll for heroic. Nope. The tank, and Kent was correct in pointing this out, need to roll suppression because you hit with a 75 millimeter or
it looks automatic.
Yeah, it's automatic. Yeah, but it wasn't a turret hit.
It
was a lower hull.
So that'd be a 7.
So yeah, it would be a 7 because it wasn't a turret hit. So we roll for suppression. 7, he is not suppressed. So we got the vehicle, and yes, I move counters all around all the time. I even do this in my solitaire play. So the infantry is unloaded. They're considered running move cover state from here on out. They are off the vehicle. We took 1 casualty, made our morale. Tank had to roll suppression, passed the suppression check. And you have a bot marker on me.
And then it says Scott says the personnel are in assault cover for this attack.
Okay, so yeah, so it was an assault, which would have been a -1.
Still C1.
Which would have been still a C1. So yeah,
and then
they're the same way regardless.
And Scott also says it's 7 or less, not more than 7. What did you roll
to pass the? Oh. Yeah, 7 or less to. Oh, okay. Yeah. Scott's right. It's 7 or less. Okay, so the vehicle is suppressed.
So that one I'm confused. It says suppression table. You suppress. Oh, I see. You suppress on 7 or less.
Yes.
Okay. And you
And I
roll
rolled a
that.
7. Yep.
Okay. Goodness, a lot of stuff going on there.
A lot of stuff going on there.
But your guys are all right.
Well, it took 1 casualty. But, they're Soviets, so I expect to take lots of casualties.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
once you get over the idea of taking casualties as a Soviet, your game plays a lot better because you're going to take casualties as a Soviets. You just got to get over that. If you're playing the Soviets, you got to get over that real quick.
Yep, you're just going to die in droves. That's
Matter
what
of fact,
the
any
Soviets
tactical game, you're just going to have to give up casualties. It's just going to happen.
So that was your fire. I don't have any movement left, so I don't have nothing left to do. So pass.
Okay. So my 657 in JJ-10 will fire in the front tank crew. Or
Okay.
not crew, I'm sorry, not crew, but the riders.
Okay.
And what are the modifiers on that?
Let's see if I read it correct. And Scott, you may want to help us out with this. I think it's obscuring for the tank, but they're considered assault moving. Or no, their cover state is assault. So it's a -1 when you're shooting at them.
All right.
And you said JJ, which one was firing?
JJ-10.
JJ-10.
I assume the leader can't direct it because he directed the tank.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, let's just roll and see what happens then. 2.
Yep. Oh, ouch. That's going to hurt.
So I was on the 4, so it's a C2.
C2, and that's automatically going to kick them off. So they are going to flip. Combat. Flip. Motivation is going to be 6, -2 for casualties taken. 4 + 3 morale support. 2 for the tanks, 1 for the infantry. So 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, they're good, but they're off the vehicle. And I think since you sprayed the tank with machine gun fire, there's a slight chance. Yes, since you got a C result against the tank, the dice roll to suppress is whatever the C result was. So it was a C2. So it's a 1 or a 2, and I will end up getting suppressed. Oh,
Oh, gotta love this game.
oh.
I know, Devin, you're like, oh no, it's not gonna matter. Oh my god, it just.
Oh no! I see. That's the problem. I know if it's something that could
Awesome.
bad is going to happen, it's going to happen to me. So
Yeah, if it's the lowest possible odds, then that's what's gonna happen.
Yep.
That's also good.
So yeah. So the riders took 2 casualties, got knocked off, and the tank got suppressed. Nice.
But Devin, remember where your commander is too, because that would make it.
Yep. I remember where my commander is.
All right.
So that was your action. Over to me. I don't have anything. Pass back to you.
Okay. I'm not gonna mark them fired. They fired. Their JJ-10's done.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's fire this medium machine gun then.
Okie dokie.
JJ-9. Guess I might as well fire on the guys in 008.
That makes logical sense. So it's going to be the same thing again. It's going to be 8 column -1 for the assault move.
Real quick for me, just so I know. So each color is that a +5 or a +10?
That's a +10.
Okay, so each color is a +10 then.
Yeah,
Okay,
so it's
he's like +40.
+50. Well, the machine gun's +40. The very highest top of the hill is +50. Yep.
Okay. So yeah, he can see all of that stuff.
Oh yeah, there's
line of sight is not a problem in this one.
there's a couple places where it might have a bit of it. So that's another reason why I like this scenario, because it's got a lot of hills on it, but the line of sight isn't that difficult to grok.
Yeah, there's not much pancaking going on, I see.
Yeah,
there's
not
a little
much.
bit, but not a whole bunch.
And you've got hillocks on there, so that kind of helps you as well. So.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested with Way being up. Me and Mitch are going to go through those scenarios again, figure out when we're going to start those.
Yeah, that one I'm actually looking forward to you guys doing that one. Definitely.
Yeah, we got to play a small scenario face to face back in October, and that was a lot of fun.
Nice.
It was a lot of fun. So I can't wait to really work on that one. So I appreciate who worked on that and got that taken care of a lot. Both those, because we both wanted to play that one. I mean, so I'll be very, very interested in seeing how that goes.
Cool. That'll be good to see.
Yeah.
I rolled an 8 on my first roll for the machine gun, so that was no effect because it's -1, right?
Yep, -1 for the assault move cover.
Happened there, and then I rolled a 7, which appears to me would be a C1 result on your men.
All right, so that was at 008, correct?
Yep.
All right, so he'll get kicked off the vehicle. That's another reason why I wasn't too worried about knocking my infantry off. I knew once you shot at them, they were probably going to get knocked off anyways. So, yeah, it's a bad way of they're going to take casualty. Oops, we don't want to flip them, and they'll get knocked off the vehicle anyways, which will save me from having to unload them. It's a cold, callous way of looking at things, but you kind of got to do that with the Soviets. All right, so 8 morale check. 8 -1 is a 7 for the casualty. -1 for casualties taken is a 6. Morale support is going to be 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to be a lot. So we're looking at 4. So he's fine. Tank. I took a C1 casualty against the tank, so it's going to be a 1 or less to suppress the tank. I will probably suppress.
Oh my gosh, dude! You got to be kidding me.
That is great.
That's terrible.
Oh, that's funny. All right, so that was your 2 bursts. It goes back over to me. I ain't got nothing. Back over to you.
I will now fire my Panzer Shrek.
Yep.
With the lead tank.
Yep.
So, will I be able to fire with that squad in the next impulse?
Yes, you can fire them as part of a separate fire group. Yep.
Okay. Scott says Deb's commanding a force of chickens.
No, they are doing exactly. I had a pre-standing order that as soon as you get shot at, you jump off the vehicles. That's exactly what my guys are doing.
Just smart, Scott. Scott said he did Hugh. Credit where credit is due. Smiley face. But I figured Scott is probably the one that worked on that. All right. So the Shrek's firing. So he's 1, 2, 3, 4 hexes away. We're using the A with 3 table, so it's going to be a 3 or less. However, there's some modifiers. So it's a 3, but he's moving, so it's now it's a 1.
The only thing you really would have to worry about is cover state and target size, but we know target size is 0, so and there is no cover modifiers.
So it's a 1. You've rolled all the 1s though, so
hey.
Yep. Okay. So he's fired. I'm not going to mark him since we'll be done here soon.
Yep.
So now the guys will fire. So you pass. Next impulse they'll fire. I guess just on the front guys there. I don't know what would be best to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I'll. One of these guys casualty. No, they're not. None of your troops are suppressing though. That's interesting. Your tanks are suppressing your troops.
My tanks are hiding like little girls behind their mother's skirts.
They're chickens, like Scott said.
Prudent. It's not being a chicken. It's being prudent.
I think they're yellow.
No, they're red
or brown. Okay. Well, I guess if there's no difference, I guess I might as well fire in the 648 to see if I can reduce them.
All right. It's going to be
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yeah. So it's going to be still everything's the same, right? It's just assault.
I'm technically under assault moving because I got kicked off the vehicle. I'd say obscuring, but you're firing above me so. I don't get any obscuring cover modifiers.
I guess I'm so high up, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So would you be obscuring, like say I was on level 10? Would you be obscuring or no?
No, because obscuring terrain is only +5.
He said same level, so he got it. I got it. All right, so firing on him, so it's always going to be firing at a 5, so it's a 4.
4 column at -1.
So I need a 6 or less, or 10.
Or a 10. 10 works.
What are these guys doing? Oh, I got this machine gun. So that they're all done. Everything on that hill up there is done.
Yep.
And now,
Yeah,
so
it's all down to you, whatever you guys want to have left to want to do.
all right. So now this hex NN13 will fire. I guess I'll roll. One of the squads will fire at your guys. And do the shell holes do anything? No, it won't matter because
Only if I'm in them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. So for example, one impulse, the 657 squad will fire at the guys in NN8.
Yep.
So that's a 6 because he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll just fire by themselves.
Yep. 6 at a -1.
And so 6 or less. So 4 C1.
Okay. So put a casualty on them. Okay, so morale is going to be 6, -1 for the casualties, 5. -1 for casualties taken this turn is a 4. 5, 6, 7 for morale support. So we're looking at a 7. And we got a 4. We're good to go. I think I loaded my guys up with lots of vodka before the fight.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty interesting. Okay.
Well, these are.
Oh, they got 8s. Yeah.
These are Soviet assault engineers, so that's one of the reasons I think why they're kind of sticking in.
Didn't even pay attention to that. Okay. So I'm going to fire the machine gun. The machine gun will fire at the guys in TP7.
PP7, okay.
We'll do the leader lead on that. All right, so he's a 5, so it's a 4, and 4 -1, so 4 -2.
Yep, because it's NCO led.
7 or less. Of course, I'll do it again. Okay. And then
I think we both have horrible dice rolls.
the squad, and so if I fire the squad now, he's firing at a 5. That just fired the machine gun, so now I'm going to fire the squad. So he's firing at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he fires at the guys in 008, it's going to be half firepower, so it'll be 2.
Correct.
Oh boy, I guess I'll just fire at the guys in 446.
Okay.
And so let's just see what I roll. 6, so it'll be a 5. So yeah, C1.
All right, that'll kill him. That'll finish him off. Ist kaputt.
I think that's it. That's all I can fire. Double up to double range, right? So
Yep, up to double range.
Yeah, I guess I might as well fire that guy up there. So my guys in QQ7 will fire at. It's at 10. So they're just kind of like lobbing the guns. So I'll just fire at that's the only ones they can reach at 008.
Yep.
Firing. There's just one squad, so firing at 6. So 2.
Yep.
2 -1.
Yep.
8. All right, nothing happens. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so he's no one to shoot at. And does your tank? Now your tank doesn't need to take any more, sort of, because it's not firing up. They're already suppressed, so nothing else.
Can't become double suppressed. Double secret suppression.
All right, I think that's it. I think I've done everything.
Alrighty.
So I'll turn the segment over to the. No, I just skipped it. This thing gets so close to salt segment. And unfortunately, I already clicked the thing, and you can't. Oh, man. Shoot. I think we remember everything.
Yeah, we remember everything. We're fine.
All right. Close the salt segment.
Yep.
Roll for initiative.
6.
7. Go.
Yay, I got initiative. Now, at this point, if I wanted to, I could infiltrate the infantry off the vehicles, the few that are still on the vehicles, actually. And I can infiltrate the guys that got knocked off the vehicles. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the squad from 008, and they're going to infiltrate into the woods there at NN7. Because they may be brave, but they're not stupid.
Well, I'm going to pass everything, so just go do what you got to do.
All right, and then actually the only other infiltration I have is going to be the squad in PP7. They're going to, or the stack in PP7 is going to infiltrate into O7.
Yeah, Scott reminded me I can do the undo last move. So I'll do that next time. I was looking for it. I looked for it in the wrong place. So thanks, Scott. I found it.
So pass. Pass.
End of turn segment.
Yep.
So now let me change that. So that happened, and then bam. All right. Okay.
You don't have anybody that's broken, so you don't. We really don't need to roll initiative. I'm the only one that's going to be rolling motivation, and I got 3 tanks. I believe. What's the morale? What's the tank card say? The morale for the 76s and the 85s are. Maybe 7s or 8s.
Is it ML morale level?
Yeah, ML.
7 for the 5 and 7 for the C.
All right, so we're going to start off left to right, NN8. Unsuppressed. Could be. Can tanks go courageous? I don't think tanks can go courageous. I only think crew can go courageous. So fail and pass. So combat suppression. So one guy is still suppressed, but the other 2 are not. And I believe that's it.
Okay. So that is the end of the turn. So let's go to direct fire. I'm going to real quick here snap a picture of the screen here. Taking that, that's what turn 1 PNG. Okay. All right, indirect fire segment, we can skip. I will do that.
Yep, no artillery on either side.
Movement. 10.
I'll roll a 10 too. 4. What do you know?
Okay, beautiful.
All right. Well, we're going to start off the T-34-76, and NN8 is going to fire at your pack 40. So there's a B-class weapon at 4 hexes. I need a 8. You're in a weapons pit, which is improved cover, so +2, I believe, or is it full cover?
It says +2. Or
Yeah.
do you have for, it says have, oh no, never mind. That's okay. 2.
Improved coverage 2 anyways. So we're looking at what? I mean, 8, 7, 6. Now, Scott, help me out here, because I this is the one thing I do kind of get confused. Under the to hit chart, you have, where is it? If you're firing at an H weapon, let's see if I can find it. Assault fire, suppressed, elite, non-HD, moving target, target size modifier, terrain cover state.
It says per H weapon -1. What's that mean?
Yeah. So I don't know if that's added in as well, or if I'm firing at the weapons pit. Because if I'm firing at the weapons pit, I don't know if I have that additional -1 to fire at.
Well,
I think since I'm firing at the weapons pit.
It also says per 3 stinking point of infantry. What the heck does that mean? Never saw that in the last couple games we've played.
Well, where is it?
I'm looking at the F1 cover state effects chart. It says per H weapon, per 3 SP infantry, -1. If you want to target the weapons directly, there is an additional +1 to hit.
Okay, so it's either the weapons pit or the weapon. All right.
And that's he said I was looking at the overstacking penalty. Oh yeah, sorry, I totally misread. Okay.
All right. Well, now we're just gonna fire at the weapons pit just to keep it nice and easy. So it's gonna be a 6 for me to hit. Hey, 4, we hit. Yay. Oh, it's going to be a 76 millimeter, which is going to be the 14 column. Since I was firing at the weapon pit, that doesn't add in the +2 modifier because I took that +2 modifier for firing at the weapons pit. So it's going to be just a straight dice roll.
Okay.
So 76 millimeter high explosive is the 14 column. We have the 3, which is a C3.
And that's everybody, even the guy that's in the hedgehog.
Now that's where the a little bit of the confusion comes in because that is a different stacking. Scott's going to have to help us with this one.
And it's just so Scott probably doesn't know. In JJ10, it's just the squad 657 that's in the hedgehog, the leader, the crew, and the gunner in the gun pit.
Well, if it's just the crew and the squad that are, or the crew and the leader that's in the gun pit, then they'll take the casualties.
Todd can't have all those dudes under the pit, says Scott.
Well, yeah, we've got the squad that's in the hedgehog. So
Yeah, the squad 657 is in the hedgehog. I assume I can have a leader and a crew in there. But that's interesting though. So the gun pit does have a limitation. All right, so they're all dead then.
the crew and the leader, yeah. But the gun's still good. Because I wasn't firing at the gun.
So there's 3. Well, no.
Excuse me.
You keep track of those victory points there.
Yeah, just pull them off to the side.
Which you can do on the. I just saw this.
Oh, the one that Mark and Stratigill were using last week?
Yeah, so you can put this guy. That's a guy. And so how much of the crew's worth? Just 2?
As far as I know.
And the sergeant's worth 2. So now you have 4. So we can give you. We can just keep track of this.
Ooh.
So now you've got 4 points.
Oh, okay. Todd's saying you or Scott's saying that you can distribute casualties across the location. The weapons pit is not a separate location in the head. So yeah, you may want to go back and rethink that.
Obviously, want to do that probably. So
yep.
So now you have 0.
You don't have any dead.
All right, so they go.
Oh, stop being logical, Scott. Of course, the whole hex was attacked. Sort of, kind of, maybe.
I mean, it makes sense to me. All right, so
sometimes I got to just imagine Scott is sitting there with his face in both of his palms, rules adjudicating for us. It's like, come on, guys, it's not this difficult.
Read the rules, bros. We just divide them all up 3, 3, 1, 1, 1. Okay. Now let's take leader first. He's at 6, -3, so 3.
Plus morale support.
Yes. So 4.
And
5.
The squad in KK11, correct?
Yes. 5. 2.
He is good.
Crew. He's there at 7. They're at 4. They're at 5 with the leader, and 6, 7.
Yep.
Good. The squad is at 6, at 3, 4, 5, 6.
5. The crew doesn't give morale support.
Oh, I was using the other 2 squads.
There's only one squad. You've got a crew up in with the medium machine gun in JJ9.
Oh, okay. So no, it doesn't matter. Okay.
We'll also go ahead and spray machine gun fire, which is going to be 7, which is going to be a 6 column at +2, 6, 7, 8 is going to be nothing. So your impulse. And Scott is or Scott pointed out also, for some reason I think I pulled out the wrong crew markers. You're using 228s and you should be using 238s.
All right. So, but they're the same.
The range is the only thing that's the difference. And how often do you ever see a crew actually fire on their own? So, yeah, okay. I pulled out. It looks like I pulled out the wrong crew counters. Sorry. If you want to switch them out, please feel free.
Scott, it's Devin cheating again. We all know how it is with Devin.
I claim ignorance. I keep telling people I'm not a clever man. And yet people think I'm smart for some reason. Just because I talk big and talk with confidence doesn't mean I'm actually all that smart. I just know how to fake it.
All right.
Really well.
Guess we'll fire the anti-tank gun while it still exists for another couple seconds on the guy I've got a bot marker on.
Okie dokie.
Guess I might as well use APCR since I got the bot, right? So,
hey, it might as well. It's a good as time as any to use it.
Especially since I might be dead. So, all right. So, probably should be memorized. It's going to be the same exact thing. And I know some people who play would have that memorized. So it's B, and he's at an 8. Burst on target is, oh, wait a minute. What's that burst on target -3 and 2 times remaining rate of fire?
If you get a burst on target, you can double your remaining rate of fire. Usually, most guns don't have a rate of fire, so it doesn't come into play. However, and Scott may want to clear this up, since you have the burst on target, I think you can double your rate of fire to 4 against that target.
Well, I get at least 2 shots, so I.
And if I wanted to, I could probably announce a gun duel because you are shooting at me, but I think you'll probably still win that gun duel regardless, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay. All right, so he's a B. It's an 8. It's a -3 because of burst on target. That's quite the advantage there.
Yes, it is.
So the only way to fail that right now is rolling a 10. But I got a leader. I don't know if that matters. I mean, does it do any? Yeah.
At this point, leader direct is not going to do anything.
Yeah, I'd save him for the crew or something. Well, they can't do it anyway. They're broken. So, yeah, it doesn't really matter. So, -3. Is there anything else we're missing?
Nope. It would be the biggest ones would be cover state and target size modifier, and both of those are 0. So,
all right, roll a 4.
Yay, that's a hit. Roll for location. Get a track hit. Get a track. I think that's an upper hull.
It is.
All right, so it's my upper hull armor to the front on a T-34-85.
11.
All right, and your penetration, I believe. Oh, you're using APCR. So your penetration is going to be, excuse the language, fuck huge.
Oh, my. My, Devin.
Hey, I actually had someone one time complain that I swear like a sailor. I had to look at him. It's like, really? What am I?
All right. Well, what does APCR do? Because it looks like to me it's on the same chart here. So.
Nope. It's the next column over the APCR APDS gun penetration table.
I'm not seeing it. Hold on.
It's just to the right of the AP penetration table. On kind of the puke green chart.
Sorry. I was looking at the other charts there. That's a 75B. They're all the same.
Yep, 75B.
The range 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 15. So
yep.
+4.
Yep. You can see how much of a difference AP and APCR is.
Well, let's just roll first, see if anything happens. Oh,
that's a good chance of it. Well, it's a 7. That's a possible K kill.
So 4 plus, so it's possible K kill. So now we go to the K kill table.
Yep.
And just roll on that. No modifiers.
Okay, so it is a tank. Your aspect is front upper hull. You are rolling. Did you? Yeah, you hit the upper hull. So you're looking on the tank, upper hull, front or rear. The result is an automatically roll for an M kill. If you fail that, it is a K kill. So look at the M kill table.
All right, I got to see how you're seeing this there.
All right, look on PK, possible K kill result matrix. You got that?
Yep.
Okay, so you're looking at vehicle type as a tank.
Okay.
You look to the next one. The aspect is the upper hull,
Gotcha.
front or rear. So you're looking at the top line.
Yep. Gotcha.
And the result is roll for an M kill. If you fail the M kill, it is a K kill instead.
It's a bailout.
Let's see. What did you roll?
9.
On the M kill table?
Yeah.
D2?
Oh no. Yeah. Okay. So it's nothing.
So yeah, okay. So it's not an. So you go to the D2, the M kill K table. It is upper hull aspect, which is a 3 or less for an M kill. You failed the roll, so it is an actual K kill. So roundabout way of saying it, getting there, you knock the tank out.
Okay. That's kind of great. I'm going to have to go through that, do some solo thing, and then all right. That's interesting. Okay. All right.
Let me see if I can find. Let's see. Where is it? Combat.
Basically, Todd, all you're doing is you're determining whether you killed it mobily or absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
Because if it's a mobile kill, Devin could still fire the main weapon.
Yeah. So I wanted to fail that M kill too.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you get that option to fail, you want to.
Which is funny. Yeah. I was. Yeah. Thinking. Anytime you roll, you think you want to succeed, but in that case, like, no, you want to fail that one.
Yep. Oh, where's? Oh, is there nothing on here to flip over?
So I guess they still have the burst on target in that hex, right?
Yeah, the burst on target is still in the hex. You'll lose the bot if you move it. But
If you put K kill, yeah, there's a K kill. I think you have to. I think there's another marker for it.
Yeah, I know in some of the games, some of the modules, Scott actually put it where you can K kill it directly from the drop down on the tank, because I know that was the way in the Arab Israeli expansion, but it doesn't look like it's across the board. So I'm just going to have to pull a info marker for general rec. Yeah, vehicles.
It's almost a little bit better to have the rec, the info marker, because it's you don't get mixed up. Because if the 1K kill I had, or whatever Mitch had on me, the miraculous K kill, I'll never forget that. He had to roll a 1, and he freaking rolled a 1. So basically, he was about as far range. So it was like 20 hexes or 12 hexes, and he basically put a shell through the open hatch on the turret. Basically, that's the only way I could describe it. That's how I would write it up if I was writing a story.
Sweet.
Devin is the one in PP7.
Oh, that's right. PP7. Sorry. You were going after the 85. Derp.
I don't know why.
Because you want to take out the P34 85, because the 85 is a bigger gun.
Yep. Yeah, no. So my second rate of fire is, if firing a different tank, does it have to be a new impulse?
I believe so, yes, because you're firing at a different target.
Okay. Well, then there you go.
Let's check, see if Scott is yelling at us.
Yeah, why are you guys even playing this game? You got it all wrong.
Oh, now here's something interesting from Kent Smith. Leader-directed dice roll for hit probability is for L and M weapons, but not H weapons. So a leader can't direct a heavy weapon? Huh. As per 13.1.4.
Well, then I guess I wouldn't have put him with those guys.
I'm looking it up right now.
Wow. Okay.
I know in ASL leaders can direct heavy weapons. So again, the curse of playing too many systems.
Wow.
So we'll let Tony check that out real quick.
I guess it doesn't matter in this case, really.
Yeah, you would have hit regardless, but it is a good bit of information to know.
Yep.
For the future.
Okay, so now it's your turn.
Yep, now it's my turn. I think we're going to go ahead and take the suppressed tank in 008, and they are going to fire on KK or JJ10. They're going to fire on the PAC 40 as well. Now, this is going to be different because they are suppressed. B-class weapon, Range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is going to be a base hit of 8. -2 for the weapons pit is 6. Suppression is what, like -12? It feels like it sometimes. Let's see. Suppression. Where's my suppression? Where is suppressed?
Suppressed is +2.
There you go.
I'm glad we got this help.
Yeah, no, that's what I like. Well, it helps me learn the rules too if I have to look them up. So the particular leader rule is the HTP DRM is only used for HTP tags for L and M weapons.
So you can't use the leader for heavy weapons.
For heavy weapons, just L and M.
Huh. How the hell did we miss that for so long? Because we're idiots, that's why.
A lot of rules. And there's no, I'm thinking of a different game. There's no penalty for shooting up at somebody or anything.
In Advanced Squad Leader, there is if you're firing infantry weapons up, but not firing ordnance. But this is an ASL. So.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, we're looking at a base of 8. -2 for the weapons pit is a 6. Minus another, or +2. +2 for the weapons pit makes it a 6. +2 for the suppression makes it a 4 to hit the weapons pit.
You'll hit it.
8, miss, nothing. Spray machine gun fire is a 7, is a 6 column, +4, nothing. Big fat goose eggs. And flips back over to you. Oh, I actually should put a bot marker on there for the T-34 that did hit you. So you go ahead and do yours while I pull out the marker. Scott, you really need to put a red color background for the bot markers.
Can you change it? Oh, you know.
Yeah, you can change. Yeah, you can change the color. You can right click on it and change the color.
No, but there's no red, is what you're saying.
Yeah, there's no red. There needs to be a red in there.
Scott, what's he doing? How's it?
I don't know. He's slacking.
Some sort of life. Gosh, I don't know if I should.
Oh, so thank you very much, Kent, for pointing that out to us. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how or why we missed that. Like I said, actually, I do, but we're not going to get into that. So, anyways, yeah, back over to you, Todd.
They both fired. So both those tanks have fired. Oh man! So so your tanks can't do it. Those tanks can't do anything else.
No, they're done. They're done. They stood it. They stayed in place and fired, so they can't assault move. They fired their main gun. They fired their machine guns. They are done.
I hate to do this, but I think I'll pass.
Really? Very interesting, as they would say on Laugh-In. All right, so we're going to take the squad in NN7, the reduced squad, and they're going to fire at your machine gun crew in JJ9.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Well, yeah. Submachine gun armed infantry. I've only got a range of 4, so normally 6, -1 for the casualty, 5, so it's going to be a 4 table, +2 for you being in the hedgehog. It's going to be a big fat nothing.
My turn.
Yep, your turn.
First turn. My first action is to save the game.
Well, the good thing is, if anything happens on your side, I can still save the game on my side.
Okay.
We'd have to both crash at the same time to lose it. But yeah, it's not a bad idea to save.
Okay. Okay. And pass.
All right. My stack in 007 is going to crawl into NN7.
Okay.
You gonna hot fire?
Well, I've learned it doesn't really matter, right? I mean,
well, if you hot fire, it'll keep me from firing because.
Oh, that's true. That's the biggest difference. There's no. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I will. Yeah. And what I meant is that I still get the. Well, I'm crawling. It doesn't matter, but I still get the benefits of. I mean. But
yeah, whatever the movement state modifier.
You can still fire. So yeah, okay. I'll fire my medium machine gun at you. Sure, if that's what you want, Devin.
Hey, I'm giving you the option, giving you the choice. You have to make that decision on your own.
8.
I can't make that decision for you.
8 with woods is good, so that's 2, 1. So 8 plus 1. And anything else? There's no leader, nothing else.
Nope.
Doesn't matter. So you miss.
All right, and then I crawled, so you only get one opportunity to fire at him. All right, well then they're going to go ahead and assault fire because they crawled, which is going to be half movement. They've taken a casualty, which is 5, half to 2.5, which is going to be 2. So yeah, we're looking at the 2 column, +2 for the hedgehog, -1 for the leader, so 2 and +1. We're looking at 3 + 1 is a 4 on the 2 column. Is C1. Oh, yeah. That's again something I should have mentioned. Scott just pointed that out. When you're in a hedgehog or in a weapons pit, you always have the option to drop into full cover if you're fired on.
Okay.
You can't do that with buildings, but when you're in an entrenchment and you get fired on, you have the option to drop into full cover. Now that changes it from a +2 to a +3. So, and then you're in full cover. But yeah, that is an option available to you.
And now, Todd, you can't fire rate because Devin hit you.
Okay.
Well, he's taken a casualty.
He's taking a casualty, so you can't fire rate. You already fired, so that one's done.
Yeah,
machine's done now. That's the only downside with firing op, and you have to lose a casualty on a crew.
So you can never fire a rate again. Nice.
You can only fire once. Once your crew gets down, takes a casualty, you can only fire once.
Yeah,
you lose the rate.
Yep, which is why I usually always like to stick a squad in with my machine guns, just so they can absorb the casualties. Again, it's a callous way of looking at things. But
again, you have to get over the idea that you're not going to have casualties in these games. You just got to get over it.
Well, it's more personal because it's at the squad level. It's like, platoon and company levels. You don't worry too much about it. But it's at the squad level. It's more of a personal feeling you have with you.
Yeah, I do understand. You're like, I don't really want to lose that, but if you don't, you're gonna lose the game. Yeah, when you got NATO symbols, it's not as bad. Then when you have all of a sudden you only have 2 silhouettes instead of 3.
It's personal. So it flips over to your action because that was my action.
I was rolling morale on those guys since you hit.
Oh yeah.
It's 6 because it was a C1. There's a squad. Does the leader help him if he's adjacent, or just the squad?
Just the squad, and the squad next to him can't help him because they're broken.
All right.
Actually, I think it's a minus. Oh no, it's only if they're surrendered. So
it's a 4.
You're fine.
Okay.
It's his turn too. Your tanks can come on.
Yep. Thank you. So does that mean that my squad reduced can only fire that Pack 40 once, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, then it's done too.
Well, do you want to go back and change it? Had you have assigned the casualty to him, had you known that you'd lost the rate of fire?
Would I have done that? Well, I can't honestly answer that, so I'll just stick with it for now, but I don't know.
I'm more than happy for you to go back and put the casualty back on him and take a casualty off the squad if you want. I mean, had you known that, you might have made a different choice.
I mean, it's a pretty big deal. Yeah.
I take advantage of it, Todd, because honestly, I never lose my crews unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah, especially if it's a field piece that has a rate of fire, because not all field pieces have a rate of fire. I mean, you take a look at a lot of the Russian field pieces, and they just don't have, unless you're looking at like a 47 millimeter. I think that might have a rate, but anything bigger than that, You're not looking at having rates of fire, so you don't want to sacrifice that advantage with those big field pieces.
Yep. All right, I did it. Made the switch.
Okie dokie.
Thanks for letting me take it back.
No worries.
It's all learning. It's all learning. You know, you got to play. It's all time and game, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, Mitch has got me several times with that happening. So I've learned the hard way too. So.
Man. Well, I guess I'll fire it at this front tank here. The gun, the AP, the anti-crew.
Use the second rate of fire on the Pac 40.
Yeah.
You can fire armor piercing or APCR because you still have one shell of APCR left.
Nah, I don't think so. Well, I don't know. Let me think here. Nah.
Alrighty.
All right. All right. So it's B. It's gonna be 8 again.
Yep.
And now it's not crew lead. It's not leader lead. So I know that.
Yep. But I'm not moving this time either. So
that's still an 8.
Yep.
Everything's an 8. Looks like.
Yep. Looking at an 8 across the board.
4 hit.
That's the hit location.
All right. Let's see if I can get this. Go to the location.
Yep.
6 upper hole.
Upper hull. We know my armor is a
11.
12. Is it a 12 or an 11?
11.
Are you sure? The
So
T-34-76. I thought it was a 12.
76C.
Yep.
Upper hole front 11.
Oh, okay. So it's the 85 that's got the 12.
The 85 is actually 11 as well.
Really? Where did the 12 come from?
In your dreams.
That's very possible. It is completely.
No, let's see. Yeah, there's a 12 on the SU 122.
Oh, okay. Well, I could have swore you said the armor was 12 on one. I probably misheard. Okay, so we're looking at 11, and your armor penetration at that range with the 76 is. Oh, I know where the 12 came from. The armor penetration is a 12 at that range for the 76. That's where the 12 came from.
Right, that was a 12. So that's the same. So it's a +1.
Yep, you're looking at a +1 modifier for the armor.
And this is the kill table.
Yep.
Okay, so nothing.
Nothing, but it is a suppression check for me because you hit me. 6, I fail, and I am suppressed again. Clang! Nobody likes those big shells bouncing off their skull cap.
So scary. So now I move the burst and target to that guy.
Yep, because you hit him.
And he's fired all.
Yep.
Kent online was also saying, Todd, take advantage of what Devin's giving you. Okay, so he fired. He had fired twice. Okay, I think that's all I can do. Your turn.
Yep. Now my decision, because I was hoping you'd have brought your armor on by this point, because I really don't know if I want to do cross country or assault. If I assault, it's not like I can go into opportunity Overwatch, but I can try to at least set myself up for those stupid tanks that are coming on.
So if you assault, you won't be able to fire?
Well, I can fire as part of my movement, but tanks can't opportunity Overwatch. Only infantry can opportunity Overwatch.
Oh, okay.
So infantry can do their assault move and save their opportunity or their assault fire for later in the turn.
Right.
Vehicles can't.
Makes sense.
So, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pass.
Okay.
So it's over to you.
I'm sorry. And remind me again. Is it if 2 passes, the turn's over?
4 passes.
Okay. Pass.
Ah, you suck. Now, do I want to pass for a 3rd time on the chance that you'll pass, ending the turn, which will keep your vehicles off for another? And no, it's not worth it. All right. So what the hell am I going to do? I think we're going to activate the vehicle in PP6.
He said PP, everybody.
Shut up, Beatles.
I've been thinking that for the longest time. I was waiting for somebody to say something. It's like, doo-doo, you know. What you gotta do, doo-doo.
I
Yeah.
say it.
And of course, I teach middle school, so my mind automatically goes to stuff like that.
Yeah, you can't help but be there in your mind.
Yeah, I can't be there. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna activate the vehicle in Papa 6.
Oh, there he goes.
Is that better? Phonetic alphabet. We are going to assault move.
Okay, so that means you can move 5.
Yep. So we're gonna go move into there, which is it's a rec marker, but it's just cost of terrain, so that's a half.
Does it start costing you if like it's if it's got like 2 tanks in there?
If it's got 2 tanks in there, if it's got 2 wrecks, I believe then it becomes overstack. Yes, but Scott would have to confirm.
And is that?
Oh no, it would have to be. It would have to be. You'd have to have 3 vehicles, and I think maybe that would be your X for it to be overstacked. Because you can have 2 vehicles without it being overstacked. 3 if you're towing a vehicle, but that isn't the situation here.
It says 2 times cost of terrain if overstacked. So if you
So yeah, we're not overstacked yet.
I don't know what the asterisk means. Okay, I bet someone knows.
So that's 1/2, 1.5.
Scott confirmed it.
Yeah, Scott says 3 or more.
Yep.
Wrecks or vehicles.
Wow, I keep this up. I might be as good as Scott and Mitch someday. I can only dream.
Sorry, Devin.
Hey, I can have dream. All right,
That was rude. Sorry, Devin. You're like giving your time and playing me in this game, and
no, dude, I'm ex-military. You know how bad we used to break each other's balls when I was in the service. If I'm not giving you grief, I don't like you. Okay, we'll just leave it at that.
I say that to all my bosses. If they're not making fun of me, I know they don't like me.
Exactly. So, geez, we're at 1.5 right there. Any upfire?
No way, man.
Really? You're not going to take a long-range shot with that Panzer Shrek?
It's not long range. It's spot on. It's 5.
Well, 5 hexes is long range with the Panzer Shrek.
Yeah. No. I think I have to hit a roll on a 1, right? I mean,
I think. Well, I'm moving, so you might even need a 0. All right. So
now, Todd, haven't you learned the longest odds always seem to work out?
Are the ones that pull out? Yep. So 2.5 to there.
yeah, because if I roll a 10, I get a possible critical hit.
Yep, that's right.
Still not worth it, though. You're right.
Hey, never bring ammunition home. 2.5.
Well, it's cool. I mean, these support weapons can't break in this game, right?
3.5. There is an optional rule, but we didn't declare that we were using it. Basically,
I do love the optional rule, though.
I do like using it. Basically, whenever you fire a support weapon or any type of weapon, you roll 2d10. Use 1 dice as the hit. If you roll doubles, then you jam the weapon.
Although unjamming is really, it's a little tight. It doesn't.
Oh yeah, I totally disagree. I've come up with my own house rules for unjamming. I don't use Ray's house or official rules for unjamming.
Well, since it's an option, what do you usually do for unjamming?
I double it. Instead of a 10, I make it a 9 or a 10 to unjam.
Oh, that sounds better. Yeah. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
You have to roll a 10 to unjam it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
All right.
So is that 4? 1, 2, 3, 4.
3.5. That's 4. Let's see.
Oh, 3.5.
That's 4.5. Yeah. So that's as far as I'm moving. I am going to shoot just because I'm wacky like that. The T-34-76 is going to fire at NN-30. You know, I saw Mark and Strategios use these counters that I just put down when they were playing last week to identify firing unit and target. I don't know. You know, it's a cool idea. I just don't know if I want extra counters I want to move around, but it does help your opponent to know who's firing at who.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. So T-34-76 is going to be firing at the guys in the foxholes in NN-13. We are a B-class weapon at 4 hexes. I need an 8. You're in a foxhole is 7. I moved is a 2. So 2 to hit. 9, nothing. Spraying machine gun fire is going to be 7. Is going to be 6. Assault is going to be halved to 3, which is going to be 2 column. +1 for the foxhole, so 2 at a +1. 5 is nothing, and the infantry does nothing. And actually, can I even fire if my crew is still on? I believe I can. I think I can fire with the tank riders still on them.
Well, I thought I saw something about that.
I think maybe it's an automatic dismount before I fire.
I thought I saw that, but you know, I was skimming rules quickly, so.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's.
It's got to be in that same area we were just in, like.
Yeah, 12-8, whatever. Effects on passengers.
Oh, you know what? I think I misread that one, but. Okay, gunfiring AP, if I'm reading it correctly, transported personnel not affected. Gunfiring HE. Oh no, I think
that's it. That's if the target.
Yep, I'm not
AP or HE add-on.
I knew I was looking at the wrong thing. So it's go back to that 11.5 or 11.13, whatever.
Yeah, 11 something or another.
Only
personnel in good cover and APC can fire. Or
well,
no,
I'm not,
Scott, Scott, we're talking about firing the APC with personnel on the tank.
Yeah.
Riders can't fire. Not the
yeah,
riders.
We're not worried about the fire. What happens to the crew when the tank fires when the tanker are on when the squad is on the tank? I'll give it a few seconds for the lag to catch up. If Scott was able to.
Oh, here we go. I think 11.5.6 transport and passengers fire and movement restrictions. Passengers may not fire. That's what just got said. Thank you. Heavy weapons may never fire while being towed. That makes sense.
Yep.
Personnel units and light weapons may use direct.
Okay. Scott just said they auto unload.
Okay.
So,
got it.
Perfectly fine with that.
Okay, so you're good doing that.
Oh well, since they automatically unload, well, that would probably have to be part of a different impulse script to fire them. So, but they are under assault moving. So let me go ahead and mark all these guys: movement, assault, and since I'm pretty sure that's going to have to be a separate impulse. It's over to you.
And I'm sorry, I think I must be thinking of like lock and load or something. The vehicle does not provide cover for them.
It's obstructing. But
not from higher.
Yeah, but not from higher. Well, plus you also have to remember obscuring terrain. You only get the -1 if it passes through the obscuring terrain, not into or out of the obscuring terrain.
Okay.
So it's your impulse.
Pass.
All right, fine. Well, then I guess my squad that.
Oh wait, so they can fire on me?
Yeah, because they're unloaded, but it's assault movement, so they're halved. So 3 halved is 6 halved is 3, which is the 2 column. So 2 at a +1 because you're in the foxholes. 7 is an 8 is nothing. So it's back over to you.
Pass.
Oh, yesterday?
What's that?
I think he's talking to his wife.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I had the mute button off.
That's fine. All right. Papa 5. Vehicle Papa 5 is going to.
Devin.
Yes, sir.
God says no. Unloaded squad can't fire.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't do anything anyway, so that's cool. As always, thank you, Scott.
It's so funny. Why do we play? Why do I play these games?
You know, sometimes I think Scott is actually Ray in disguise. Because he knows.
11,
I think.
I was just gonna say, Scott. 11.5.6. Thanks. Yeah, passengers may not fire during fire movement segment when they are loaded or unloaded.
Gotcha. Cool. All right.
Yeah, so
I won't remember that in 10 minutes.
And they may not use one movement point to expend the use of smoke grenades either.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Devin, if you were thinking about that.
Well, I'm Soviets. I don't have any smoke grenades. So.
Yeah.
All right. So Papa 5 is going to assault move. Half, 1, 2. Which way am I facing?
Wait, let me fire quick.
Well, you could.
No, it doesn't matter. You're facing the front.
3. You know what? They will go ahead and for 4 move into PP10.
Oh, look at you, Devin.
I know. I was saying earlier that I don't like stacking tanks, but I think in this tactical situation, it's probably going to be to my benefit. And so we are going to go ahead and fire, which is going to auto unload those guys. I'll move the counters around. And he's going to fire on an N13 like I did last time. Can I get on there? So yeah, firing and target. Again, we're looking at an 8 minus 1 for the foxholes. So it's a 7 minus 5 for the moving is a 2. 7 is a miss. Machine gun fire is going to spray. 7 halved, 3.5, which is going to be the 2 column minus 1 for the foxholes. 10, nothing. Good God, there's my dice rolls back again. And that's going to be it for.
They'll come back for you, Devin.
Nah.
I've seen it happen. Last game, they'll come back for you.
I'm glad you have faith in that.
All right. You know what, Devin? You know what I'm going to do here. Pass.
You're going to finally bring it. Oh, you're going to pass. Ugh. Hate you. Hate. Okay. I guess Papa 4 is going to activate with they're going to cross country.
Ooh. Yeah.
So we're going to go 1 or 1/2, I should say, not 1. We're going to rotate. Okay. For 1.5, 3.5, 5.5, 7.5, and then we're going to rotate back for 8.5. And we're going to be finished.
Okay. Sorry, just looking at some terrain stuff here real quick.
Yep.
So explain to me how the fog of war stuff works now.
Okay, basically, the fog of war marker stays on it until you move or shoot within the line of sight of somebody. So honestly, in this scenario, it's kind of pointless unless you just want to keep your tanks hidden, behind this little saddleback in the LL13, LL14. But as soon as they move or shoot within the line of sight of an enemy unit, they lose the fog of war. That's the down and dirty of it.
Okay. And so that makes sense. And then what is the, when do you get a side shot versus a front shot or rear shot on the tanks?
Depends on where the fire is coming in from. Okay, so let's take a look at the vehicles that I have in PP8.
Okay.
No comments from the peanut gallery. If the fire is coming in from basically the front arc where the gun can fire the O11, P11 lines, that would be considered the front. If the fire comes in through like OO10, QQ11, that would be a side shot. If the fire comes in from PP9, Q10 arc line, that would be a rear shot.
Okay.
So yes, you can get a really good side shot on me as long as you get a vehicle, the PP11, QQ11, that hex spine, if you're firing from beyond that hex spine, you'll get a side shot on me.
Okay.
So the PP11, Q11, QQ12, QQ13, R12 line R13, R14, SS14 spine. You know, as long as it's beyond that spine, you'll get the shot. So if you're in TT15, you'll get the side shot. If you're in SS15, you won't. SS14 would give you a side shot. RR13 would not. Actually, since it's right on the spine, can you choose? I think you might be able to choose if it's right on the hex spine.
All right. Well, let's go with the first one then. The Panzerschreck shooting at one of your tanks there in the PP 8.
Okay.
He ate PP. All right. Sorry, everyone.
Guys can be so juvenile sometimes.
All the time. Okay. so firing from that, since it's entering through the 0011, it's going to be hitting the front.
Yes, it's going to be. It's yes. You are correct.
All right. So it's we know it's a 2 to hit.
Yep.
But you're moving.
Yep.
So it's 0. Well, I mean 0 to hit. But so what I'm hoping to roll now is a 10
for a critical. Yeah, possible crit.
Okay. Yes.
Well, it's a possible crit, all right.
Oh, that's hilarious. Do I have to roll a 10 again, or what's?
Yeah, you have to sack the 10. Yep.
Oh well, that's still funny. Okay.
But you know, worth taking the shot for.
We're taking a shot. That's funny, dude. All right. Now that crew there, or not crew, I'm sorry, the squad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Interesting. I think that squad there, and so that was my turn there, and my next turn. So you're done, right?
Oh yeah, I got nothing left. Everybody's moved the card.
I'm going to fire that squad then. KK. I guess I'll use your little deal here. So firing at 4 at those guys. 4 + 1.
Yep.
Miss. All right. I guess I'll just fire everything. I don't know if that's a good... So here's part of my thinking here is, I don't know, I was reading one. It's like you want to roll dice more often. I don't know what game that was I was reading about, right? So you may be taking a lower powered shot. So I'm thinking about this whole stat layer. Let me move my little deal here.
That's not a bad idea, in theory. The more shots you take.
The more dice you're rolling, the more chances of... Because I just seen it too many times happen in these tactical games. Like, yeah, I'm going to knock him out with this huge kill stack. Nothing. It's a waste.
Yep, and you could have fired like 3 or 4 other times.
And I cry, and it gets sad, and there's no one here to hold me. So okay, let's see here. So
I can empathize with that, honestly.
I'm gonna, you're talking about you're a tough guy, Navy guy. I was Air Force ROTC for 1 year. Does that tell you anything about me? Okay, all right. Let's see here.
You do realize there's only 2 real branches of the military: the Army and the Navy. The Air Force is a corporation, and the Marines are a cult. So yeah.
I'm not. And I wasn't even really Air Force. So I was playing.
Trust me, Air Force aren't really Air Force. When I was in high school, I went through a Marine Corps ROTC. I was in it for 4 years, and because of that, when I went into the Navy, I got E3 out of boot camp. That's kind of common, Army, Navy, Marines. I had a couple buddies of mine who went into the Air Force, and because they were high school JROTC, they went through a 2-week mini boot camp to get them acclimated and ready for the Air Force. They didn't even go through boot camp just because they were in ROTC in high school. It's like really.
Where did you go to? Where'd you go to school at, Devin?
I'm up here in the Seattle area.
Okay, because I was in the JRTC program here in Toledo, and was on the it was Army, and was on the a silent drill team.
Yep,
and we always competed against Walla Walla, Washington.
Yep. Oh yeah, I know the Walla Walla. Yeah, the Kent. I was the ROTC program here was Kent Ridge, and so was the Seattle area. And the years I was in, our silent drill team, we had a really good master sergeant who was our drill instructor, Marine Corps drill instructor, retired. Well, not that you're ever really retired from the Marine Corps, but yeah, the silent drill team won state championship 4 or 5 years in a row when he was commanding. I was on the rifle team, so
Oh, okay.
I didn't like getting dressed up in the dress blues and marching. I just wanted to shoot guns, so that's what I did.
I mean, I loved it. I mean, I spent 3 years doing that, 1 year kind of practicing, and then we went down to Daytona Beach every year, and I think we only won it 1 year, which is still awesome as it is, but we were in contention all 3 of the years I was down there, so it was pretty
nice,
cool.
Very nice.
So did you go full time, Tony, outside after high school?
No, I have asthma, so I was precluded from any military service.
Okay.
I wanted to be a pilot, and my eyes went shot on me. So that's
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, Tony. I have asthma too. I just didn't tell them.
Well, I wanted to be a history teacher, and I liked it, but it wasn't kind of what I wanted to do. But if I ever had to, I would have signed up in a heartbeat.
Yep.
If something came up, so.
Nope, I get that.
Okay. Let's fire the 6.57 by himself, the bottom one.
Yep.
Onto that target there. So let's just roll and see what I get. It's a 5, so it's a 4. So it's a C1.
You're firing on PP10?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and put a casualty.
By the way, Pat, Scott agrees with you. Keep rolling the dice.
All right. Scott agrees. I'm... Poor Scott. He's all like, come on, guys. It's just...
Like I said, he's got to sit there with his head in both of his palms half the time when he's watching over us. He's like our guardian.
He does the Picard palm face, like
the Picard and Riker face palm. All right, morale is 8, -1 for the casualties, 7, -1 for the casualties taken is 6, +3 for the morale support is going to be a 9, and he's good.
Okay. Let's roll the other squad by himself. So it'd be on the 4. So a 5 on the 4 is a C1.
We'll put it on the other squad. And the casualty or the morale is going to be the same again. So it's going to be 8, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 5, they're good.
Does everyone have to check?
Oh, yeah, geez. The other squad, 6, yeah. And then for the first time you rolled against me, the other squad, 5, yeah, okay. I don't know, yeah.
Okay, so now the machine gun's going to fire. So at a 4, now it's leader led, so now it's down 2.
Ooh, good roll.
So that's a 4, that's a C2.
Yep, we'll go ahead and put 1 casualty on each of them, reducing them. Combat. Oops, not fired. Go ahead and flip. And flip. And take the casualty markers off because they only took 1 casualty each.
Yeah, you got rid of that 8. I like that 8, man.
All righty, so morale is going to be 6 -2 is a 4, +2 for morale support is back up to a 6. First one is a 1, second one is a 9, second one breaks. That is my first broken squad today.
Those tanks having to take any sort of suppression rolls?
No, you weren't firing at the tanks.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's because the crew.
I don't think you. So I think
Probably not. I mean,
think you only have to roll suppression if you actually fire at the tanks.
because they were passengers before.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, makes sense. All right. All right, we'll fire my last rate of fire. So I might as well roll. Yeah, 7 minus 2, right? So it's 5. C1.
Is that with the rate from the second machine gun?
Yes, sir.
Okie dokie. C1. I'll put it on the broken squad. It's already broken. Combat casualties. Okay. Motivation. Unbroken guy 6, 5, 6, 7 with morale support. He breaks 6, 5, 4, 6, 5, 4, 5, 6 with morale support. And Jesus, he surrenders. So broken guy surrenders. And the unbroken guy breaks. Okay.
Okay, that's all firing from that hex. So my QQ-17 will fire on him with 2.
Yep.
Wrong range. Just roll, see what we get first. Oh. So it's it's 2 down 2, right? No, down 1.
Down 1, yeah, for the assault.
So it's C2.
C2 balls. Well, and I can't assign it to the.
Oh yeah, that's a bummer.
So yeah, all right. Well, that's C2. That kills off that squad, and I'm already surrendered, so I can't get any worse than that. So yeah, no motivation test.
Okay.
You're being far too effective with your fires. Stop that.
Sorry. Does it cost to go on with the vehicle downhill, uphill?
I know in ASL it costs to go uphill, but I don't think it does in ATS. I need to stop saying that because I'm just confusing myself and the listeners.
So hill says 1, and then a line that says 1 plus cost of terrain. So
yeah, if you're going uphill, it does cost 1 plus cost of terrain. Because you notice it's got the double asterisk next to it. You go over to the notes. The double asterisk is over level below. So yes, if you're moving uphill, it does cost 1 extra plus cost of terrain.
all right, sorry.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to slip out. I've got to start cooking dinner. This whole time change, I'm still thinking it's 4 o'clock. It's like almost 5.
Good man.
Time change has got me all screwed up.
I need to pull down dinner to start thawing as well. Fortunately, it's only 2 o'clock here, so.
Thanks for joining us, Tony.
No problem at all. It was fun. I actually like it because I get to learn the rules, more rules, and stuff
you get to sit back and relax when other people make fools of themselves.
Well, hey, I do enough of that between me and Mitch. I make enough fools of ourselves. So
see, that's what I'm saying.
And that's how we learn, is by making mistakes. It's just as long as we don't make the same mistake twice. That's the key thing.
Same mistake 5 or 6 or 10.
Yeah, or 7. Yeah. Or keep making it. Okay, I'll talk to you later, guys.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So what's the advantage of the fog?
The map is so short, it's not like you're going to be within my line of sight wherever you come on, except for if you're in that little spot in the lower left-hand corner. So, it's a bit of chrome that they put into the game, into the scenario, that just really has no effect on the scenario for the most part. So, and while you're deciding that, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick and pull down dinner, and I will be right back.
Yeah, me too here. So everybody, we're going to pause for a second, little pause in the action. So I'll put on the entertainment music, whatever. I'm going to do that because I'd get copyright violation. So everyone go get a drink and we'll be right back. Maybe I should put a note. I wonder if I can do that here. Put a note. Oh, can I put that up here so you guys can see it? Oh yeah, visible to all here. Let's put that. I'm going to save to save. All right, and mute so you don't hear me, hear people talking, doing all that business. Where am I going here? You checked if we are still on air. I guess we are. Yeah, we're all talking to everybody.
No, just taking a break. All right, I'm back. And did Todd take this opportunity to go take a break? Well, I'm going to guess that he did. Well, let's take a look at the comments and see if anybody has anything to say. Nope, not much since Kent and Scott were talking. 6 players watching. Oh, we lost a couple. That makes me sad. So I guess we just hang out with dead air. Go ahead and take a screenshot real quick. Maybe I'll post something on some forums or something. File. New. And go ahead and surf some websites for a bit. Check my mail. Not that anybody ever sends me any mail. Dead air, dead air. Nope, no mail. Anything on Facebook? Nope, nobody ever wants to talk to me on Facebook. And let's see if anybody else is still chatting. We do, Scott, referring to something that happened a month and a half, 2 months ago. I was ripping out carpet up at my folks' place. My folks are planning on selling the house that they've lived in for 30 plus years because they need it for the retirement. So I'm up there quite often helping them. We were redoing my old bedroom, ripping the carpet out, repainting and everything. And no, we do not have new carpet down because my father has not made up his mind if he wants to put carpet, wood paneling, or wood laminate down. And I love my father to death. The man is a handyman from the word go, is an absolute genius when it comes to anything working with his hands. And so that's kind of why we're doing everything on our own, because my father won't pay someone else to do something he can do himself. He wants to be out of the house by July. We haven't even got my old room finished yet, and that's, you know, just a small part of the house. I don't see him getting out of there by July, but, you know, whatever. So no, we did not get the new carpet down because, like I said, evidently what sells best for new houses or for houses nowadays is wood floor, but they're a pain in the ass to put down, and they don't last very long. We've got wood laminate. Now, wood laminate lasts a really long time. I think the wood laminate that my folks have in the house now is like over 10 years old, and, you know, there's no wear, scuff, marking or anything like that. But for some people, for some reason, people don't want to buy wood laminate, and my mother hates carpet. So Dad is still trying to figure out what we're going to do in that back bedroom. Yeah, I know the laminate looks really good. I like the laminate. I just Scott was saying laminate looks really good these days. It's just for some reason. So Dad wants to sell the house, wants to get as much for it. So he's probably going to end up putting wood paneling down, and that's a pain in the ass because you got to nail it down like every 2 feet. Whereas the laminate is just, you know, a whole bunch of slats, stick them together, and you're done and you're good to go. So, but my father is also very OCD about things, although Mother says he's not OCD, he's a perfectionist. That's what OCD is, Mother. But it takes him a while to make a decision. And when we finally make the decision, we usually have to go back half a dozen times. It's like we were redoing the plumbing in the master, or my folks' bathroom, basically removing from the plumbing underneath the house because replaced the shower stall. And it's like, all right, so we take the plumbing out and we put it back in. I was above, he was below. We were welding it, you know, using the welder to heat up the metal to seal it together. And got it all done, drained all nice. Everything. The next day, Dad called me up. It's like, yeah, we're gonna go into the house again and do it again. It's like, all right, well, why? Well, I just didn't like how it looked when I got done with it. All right, fine. So I went up there, spent another 2 or 3 hours ripping the plumbing out and then putting it back in. 2 days later, my dad calls me up and I want to redo that again. It's like, Dad, come on. But, you know, like my mom says, it's like, you know, if your father's not happy with it, he's not going to be happy with it. So I love and adore my father. I truly do. And whenever I'm almost 50 years old, but whenever I'm working with him, I'm that 8-year-old little kid, you know, tugging on his coattails while Dad does stuff. I mean, even though I've absorbed most of his knowledge and can do everything on my own. Oh, yeah. If Scott was asking, are my folks in good health? Yeah. Surprisingly enough, my folks are both in their 70s, and both of them are still in remarkable health compared to a lot of their friends. Dad's a little bit, you know, he's got some, you know, joint pain and stuff like that. But yeah, my dad works 3-4 days out of the week while trying to refurbish the house. Mom has chronic fatigue, but, you know, she's had that for 40 some odd years. But yeah, Dad's had, we have a history of heart problems in the family. But Dad's had stents put in, and he's always been the health nut. So he's never had any issues with his heart. Mom has never had any issues with her. Yeah, my folks, thankfully, my folks are in relatively good health for their age. So my dad's in better shape than I am. So of course, I'm a fat, lazy, unemployed, disabled combat veteran. So, you know, my vice is I like to eat. I like food. I don't do drugs. Yeah, my dad was Navy. My dad was Navy as well. One of the reasons why I went in. My entire family was military. My grandfather and his brothers were farmers during World War II, so they weren't allowed to go in. But all of my dad and all of his brothers, Jerry, Vern, and Kenny, they were all military. Dad was Navy. Vern was Air Force. Kenny was Army, Marines, and Navy. He'd do 4 years, get out for a couple years, decide to go back in, go into a different branch, get out for a couple years, go back in. And Jerry was, he was Army, he was either Army or Air Force. But yeah, the entire family was military, and I was military. My dad gave me his Blue Jackets manual when I was like 8, and that kind of sealed the deal for me. Oh, looks like maybe Todd's back. He's moving his screen around, but I can't hear him say anything.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yay! Scott and I were just keeping everybody company.
Thanks, Scott and Devin.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's get this stuff going here. I don't know what the point of bringing that other Fog of War on is, because I mean, I don't know what the point of it is, but
yeah, like I said, I mean, unless you're going to hide them behind that little saddleback over there, it's a cool bit of chrome. It just doesn't work real well in this scenario.
I mean, since you can spot it automatically, it's not like I'm even going to get you to shoot. I mean, you can't do it now, but like even if I brought it next turn, you couldn't shoot at an opportunity fire because you'd spot it and you'd say like,
yeah.
oh, it's
you lose the Fog of War as soon as you shoot. Now it's good if you've got a defended position and they're set up already, right. But bringing them on in Fog of War, it's like I just don't. I never have understood that, but you know, it is what it is. So
is what it is. Well, I'm afraid I'm going to lose those tanks pretty quick.
Well, it depends on which tanks you bring on.
All right, right. Here we go. Oh, whoops, sorry, I got to get them oriented right.
They look oriented correctly to me, but then again, it's just the Fog of War silhouette. So
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll see you there.
You'll see me here.
Yeah, my guys down in PP10 can spot that, can see that hex. Panzer IV J's. Not that I can op fire at you, but I do see you.
Can you op fire?
No, I can't.
Okay. 5. Well, what's the Fog of War movement? You just move at the rate, or is there some sort of Fog of War movement?
No, as far as I know, it's just you move with the whatever cross country or assault movement that you choose beforehand.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I was assault moving.
I kind of figured.
All right, so there he is. He assault moved.
Okay.
And then he'll fire.
Okie dokie.
And hit nothing. So let's see here. So let's try. So 75B, firing on the top tank.
Yep.
So it's a B. The range is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scott, well, I guess I'll just say it out loud. Scott, I sent a link to him. Would you like to get on here? If you would, let me know.
Yeah, we'd love to actually have Scott actually chatting with us for a change rather than typing everything to us.
I do limit it just because I don't want too many people in here at one time.
Oh yeah, no, I totally get that. But I think Scott, I think we can definitely make an exception for Scott.
Okay, had no mic at work. Oh, anyway, Scott. Actually, Scott, you're one of the people I sent it to. So if you check your, we may not be connected on Facebook. So if you look on there, Scott, in your Facebook messages, you should have one in there. But I do. That's the only reason I limit it now. If we're doing something just like a chat, I'd probably just open it up to more people. But so sorry, those people I didn't invite. Now I feel like. All right, so 75B. All right, 75. I'm sorry, I kind of zoned out there for a second. 1, 2, and I'm going to probably be done in about 45 minutes. So.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. If you just want to finish up this turn, that's fine, because the way we talk, our turns tend to drag on. So if you just want to finish off this turn, that's fine. We can do that.
Well, let's see how this goes. So 8. So base to hit is 8.
Yep.
Assault fire vehicle main armor +5. Perfect. So 3.
Yep. And target size, really, that's the only other modifier, unless you've got a lead tank commander in there.
And you have to reveal that if you fire, or
if you want to use his modifier, you do have to reveal it. Yeah, you don't. If you don't want to use his modifier, you don't have to reveal it. At least that's the way it works in ASL. I would think it's the same in ATS.
Yeah, okay. All right. So anyway, so he's moving 5. He's got the commander. It's 2 because then now it's +3. So now you know. 3. All right, what else? You're moving.
Yep.
Well, it's +2 again, so now we're back up to 5. All right, let me just roll. Oh.
Should be less than. Okay, it's base to hit 8.
Okay, so 8.
You moved is 5.
So now it's 3.
So it's a 3. I moved for 2. You have the tank commander for 2. So you still hit with the 2, but I think the final to hit was a 5, was a 3. So, but yeah, you still hit regardless.
Okay.
Playing location 5.
Upper hole.
We know my armor is an 11.
And 75B is.
Your penetration
12.
is a 12, so we're on the +1 column. 5, miss, nothing. But you did hit me, so I have to roll for suppression. 4, I suppress.
Let me check. There's probably no rate of fire, but I'll look so I can see. Nope. So all the tanks in this module, at least of the cards I have, they all have rate of fire of 1.
Yeah, you're not going to find many tanks that have a rate of fire 2. Maybe the smaller ones with like a 20 millimeter on them might have a higher rate of fire, but yeah, I'm actually even surprised that the big guns like the guns in the SU-122, the SU-152 don't even have a slower rate of fire than 1 because just their extremely long reload times they had.
They do not. Those ones you just mentioned don't get an increased rate of fire for the bot marker. It said.
Yeah, because there is no rate of fire on them, so you can't double a non-existent rate of fire. Now, if it had a rate of fire of 2, you just hit me with the bot and got the bot marker placed on it, you'd be able to double your remaining rate of fire. I got nothing to do. It's all you.
I just having a label here. So
Yep.
Can I go ahead and fire my machine gun?
Yeah, you want to spray the machine gun at the infantry and then go for it. Although I will point out that they're already surrendered and there is not a friendly squad with them, so they have no way of recovering. Well, let's see. Does a tank count as a friendly unit for purposes of recovering from surrender? Yeah, if you want to spray fire at them, go for it, dude. It's going to be, 9, halved, 4.5, 4 -1 for the assault move.
Okay, so what is the machine gun? It is a coaxial. So I have a coaxial and a bow.
Yep.
They fire together or no?
Yes, you fire them together.
So that's an 8.
Yep.
It's a 5 and a 4, so an 8. And I'm sorry, it's half because it moved.
Yep, half because of assault move.
4, and then -1 because you assault move.
Correct.
2. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 2.
Yep, which is
C2.
Yep, C2, which is going to finish them off because they only had 1 step left anyways. Oh God, the humanity, the blood, they got Igor. And my wife is chuckling in the other room.
Okay. One. Oh, sorry.
Well, the fog of war isn't revealed yet.
I need to move his facing here. 1, 2,
3.
Oh yeah, 2, 3. When you turn, is that a movement point?
Yeah,
you
one
turn
movement,
your facing.
one movement point for 1 hex spine. Yep.
So 1. So what I want to move him in that angle. Then let me think about this a second. Yeah. 1, 2. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 4, 5, and he's revealed, right?
Yes, because I will see him at that point.
Oh, look, it's another Panzer IV.
Oh my! Who'd have thought?
All right, same thing.
Yep.
So, what was it, Devin? Is
Your final to hit was a 3. You need a 3 to hit with the main gun.
yeah, I guess
Are you firing at the same tank or the other tank?
I'll fire at the other tank.
Okay.
So, and let's just roll it. See what I get. 6. That's a miss.
That's going to be a miss. Oh, actually, it would have been a 1 because you don't have the elite tank commander. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, so there's no one to shoot out with the machine gun.
Well, technically, if you wanted to, you could spray the machine gun at the tank, hoping to suppress me.
All right, no, we'll do that. Either one, neither one. So yeah, the bottom one still not suppressed.
Yep.
Yeah, doesn't matter. All right.
Yep.
That guy fired. I didn't mark him, but he did. I think that's it.
I believe that is it as well.
All right, so I would go up here and I would change the fire to close assault segment.
Yep.
Okay.
5.
2.
You got it.
I don't think nothing.
Nothing? Alrighty, my guys that are on the tank in SS7 are going to infiltrate off. And that is going to be it for my phase. Over to you.
Pass. I'm going to pass. So.
Well, and I'm not going to infiltrate the. Well, I could. 2, 3, 4. You know what? Nope, I can't do that. I was thinking of infiltrating my guys from NN7 into MM8, but I will only be able to get into the hex. I won't be able to get into the shell holes because I believe the shell holes are a separate location.
Probably so.
Because they work kind of. Oh, here Scott is saying the squad gets benefit of the 2 AFVs in the hex, plus 2 cover. I thought they were obscuring. I thought tanks were obscuring, Scott. Really? Huh. Okay. Well, regardless, the
shoot.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go back and worry about it. We're just gonna consider it dead. Also cover for NHEX. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait, no to shell holes, meaning no movement? Or no cover? Scott talking. So Devin, what's he saying there? So they should have had cover. I kind of thought that might be the case. They get plus 2 cover for
it's a +1 for each vehicle, I think, is what Scott was saying.
Oh man, that's a bummer, dude. You probably would have saved you on some of those. I don't know, I got a pretty good rolls on some of those, but in shell holes. Sorry, they get the cover automatically.
Oh, so I could infiltrate to get the shell holes. Okay. Well, if that's the case, we're going to go ahead and infiltrate into MM8 to get the shell hole cover.
Where are you going?
From NN7 to MM8. Infiltrated from the woods into the shell holes.
Okay.
So back over to you.
Pass.
And that's all the infantry I have to infiltrate, so pass.
Sorry about those cover guys.
Don't worry about it. Like I said, one of them was surrendered. I don't think vehicles count as a friendly unit to try to give them the one shot a surrendered unit has to get back to a broken status.
No, that part I'm just talking about. We missed the cover on all this.
Oh, well, whatever.
Okay, so that's all for that phase.
Yep.
Into turn segment. I got some rallies.
Do you? Ah, you do. Okay. Initiative. I rolled a 5.
We don't have to roll for initiative on this phase, do we?
Well, procedurally, yes. Most of the time, it doesn't matter. I mean, because none of our rallies are going to affect each other. So yeah, I guess it really doesn't make any difference. If you want to get your guys first, go for it.
I did roll a 3. Okay, so my one broken squad in JJ10, he's a 5. Broken do something. I'm sorry, I forgot. He's none. He's just a 5. So he's a 5.
Yep.
You got the leader, so he's a 6.
Yep.
And the squad next to him and K11.
Yep.
7.
Yep.
That's it. Got it.
He's back. That's the only broken guy you've got, and I've just got a bunch of suppressed vehicles. So we're going to start with the tank that's got the bot on it in what is that, 8. Okay, here's a question, Scott. Oh, yeah. Scott's saying mistakes are all part of the game, although I suspect it's even worse in ASL. You have no idea. I know guys who are experts at the game who have been playing the game for 30 years and who play it, on a weekly basis and still make mistakes. So yeah, ASL is just as autistic levels just cranked up to 11. But anyways, question for Scott: tanks do not get morale support when they're rolling from suppression recovery, correct?
Pause and wait for the 7-second delay.
Yep. And for him to type, and for him to probably recover from the face palm that he's doing.
So many things.
I know. I'm fairly certain it's just
correct. No MSR for AFE.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so it's just going to be a flat 7. So we're going to do the 2 tanks more to the top of the map. The one with the bot marker on it first, he's
Good.
fine. The one next to it, he's fine. The one tank that's down in PP10, and he's good. All right, so everybody recovers from suppression. And that is going to be the end of the turn. So you want to call it here? I don't think we're going to get much done in another 30 minutes. And this is probably a good point to cut anyways.
That's fine. So let me save. Let me take a picture. So doubles turn 2. So Devin, you'll be I'm getting OCS, a couple of games delivered tomorrow.
See, that's the OCS, TCS, none of them. I won't touch any of them.
Well, so I had the opportunity to go to I have a local gamer here who's very involved. It's so funny how you don't know about these people, but his son works next to me in a cube in my work. Scott, you're welcome. It's fun to do them. It's fun to play Devin live, and it's fun to kind of share it with the community so that, one, Devin and I can learn the game from you, people like you, but then also and there's a bunch of other guys that give. Uzi wasn't on here today, though, so he wasn't on here, but Kent was giving some stuff, Tony, so it's really great. Everyone pitching in.
Yeah, I mean, our community is so small to begin with. The simple fact is we need each other to not only familiarize ourselves and become better at the rules, but we just need each other for the hobby to survive. I mean, there's no getting around that.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Kent. So anyway, so real quick, so let's see, I did save it and I took a picture, so we're good. Okay. So anyway, so my coworker next to me, he's a guy that's working there fairly new, 4 months or something. I started talking to him, and I kind of noodled it out of him that he used to play Up Friend as a kid when he was 10.
Nice.
And his dad has been a war gamer forever. I was like, a war gamer? He goes, yeah. I said, what? And so I found him on Constant World. He goes, yeah, his name's Jerry. So I looked him up, and so he's a big OCS and Vassal guy, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Played and then he's also been playing a lot of GTS as well. Great Grand Tactical System with.
Yep.
So those are the games he plays a lot, but he's also got all the gamers like SCS, all what you were saying. I don't know if he really played TCS much, but he's been playing it for long. He goes to Consim Expo. He does all that stuff. So he's very involved. And so he and about 4 or 5 other local St. Louis people have been playing some OCS games together, big ones, over months. And so I wanted to learn this game system called CSS, which is Adam Starkweather's New Deal with Compass, which is basically the GTS system, different. And so he's fairly new to CSS, Jerry is. But I went over to his house last Sunday and spent like 5 hours, 6 hours. We got like 2 turns done.
Yeah, I saw the video that you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I made that. So and I was kind of like, I don't know, but I want to give it another. I need to give it another shot. But anyway, it was cool. I guess I don't know what my point is. Oh, so he has a lot of OCS, and we were just talking, and I'm always kind of, I say I'm OCS curious all the time. The thought of supply drives me crazy, but I'm like, you know what? There's so many people that have such fun with that. You get a big scale. Why not get a couple? I got Sicily 2, which is a smaller game, and and then I got Blitzkrieg Legend, which is not. There's a couple other starter ones, but I'm like, you know what? Those topics don't interest me, so it's not gonna. If I don't have an interest in the topic, I'm not gonna play the game. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anyway, so I got those, but I have somebody that's going to be able to teach me.
That's very cool. I know if I wanted to get into it, I could probably hit up Kev from Big Board Gaming. And I've watched several of his videos that he's done on OCS. When he did Sicily 2, and he's going through. I think he's doing Case Blue right now.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's the supply that kills me. I just despise supply rules, and make the supply as easy as you can, and I probably still will hate it. So, and I know that's a requirement in an operational and a strategic level game usually. But yeah, I had one of the TCS titles, and it just didn't grok with me. So hey, more power to you. And if it's great if you can get someone who's gonna teach you it, an experienced player is teaching you, but no, it's just not a system for me.
Yeah, no. I mean, I right now I'm under no illusions I'll dive in, but you never know.
Yeah.
So anyway, that'll be interesting because I saw you say something about supply. That's why I mentioned it to you. And I would say I'm probably similar to you, but we'll see.
Cool. No, if you can have fun with it, go for it, dude.
And I still want to get. So he played GTS Crete. I really want to do Crete games. So I've been kind of looking, and there's only a few out. There's not very many out there. I know there's some modules for ATS. But anyway, so that's why I'm kind of still interested in Grand Tactical, because they've got that big Crete game. But even though he said Jerry played it, and he's like, So I don't know. Good time. So let's see. So Devin and I will have to get together again and finish this up, or play a couple more days. Got some crazy work and personal stuff going on. If we can get something, a couple moves more down this week, it might be nice. But we'll Devin and I'll communicate offline, and then we'll let y'all know what happens with that.
Excellent.
All right, I think that's about. Oh, Scott had a question. Todd, when you set up the stream, do you choose the entire screen to share, or just the VATS program? Oh, hey, Scott Mandel. Oh, I think I'd already said hi, Scott. But anyway, okay. So Scott, when you're in this way I do the streaming, you can choose to share your screen, and then I just keep it on myself so that when Devin talks, it doesn't switch to him. So, because normally what happens if you're in the chat, it switches to the person talking. So I just share and you can share like your whole computer screen, so you guys can see all my screens open, or just one program. I choose to share one program. So that's how I do that. That makes sense. But I have to walk you through it sometime if you want. Well,
and it also depends on the streaming service you're using. It's like when I do streaming and when I do recording on VATS, I use OBS, Open Broadcast Software. And again, that's another one where you can either just choose just a certain screen, or everything is on the screen. And most people who've watched my video knows that I just do the entire screen, because normally I have my Vassal modules broken up into 5 or 6 different windows, and it's just confused people if they don't see my dice rolling window and everything else. So it all depends on what streaming service you're using.
All right, so Devin, I'm sharing my screen. Sorry, Devin. Scott, I'm sharing my screen. I'm going to turn, so if you can see, I'm clicking this button here. I'm going to say present to everyone. So now Devin, he can talk, but it's not going to switch to him. Now this is dizzying because I'm sharing that screen. It's sharing the screen, sharing the screen. But you'll come over here, you screen share. I don't know if this will keep going. Let's see what happens if I click it. Oh, I stopped. Okay, shoot. I was going to show you my process. Anyway, you click it and it says you're either your entire screen or application window, but it doesn't matter. I was going to show how you do that, but never mind. Now you can see my arm. So I have just so you know, so everyone knows, since Scott was asking, he didn't ask about this, but I have another camera hooked up. And so I just changed that. It's a Logitech on I know I could do this one. And you can see my lovely grill. I don't have any fish in the background, just storage stuff which needs to be rearranged. Anyway, Devin, thanks a lot, man.
Todd, as always, thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, P. Bacchus joined us today. Paul, thanks for joining us from Australia. Nice. Okay. Anyway, thanks for joining us today. We're done. P. Bacchus, but watch it. You'll love it, I'm sure. He does a lot of miniatures. Okay, Devin, talk to you later, and I'll hook up. I'll connect with you to see when we want to continue this.
Yep, at your leisure.
Okay, everybody, thanks for joining in. I really appreciate the views. I had like up to 7, and we got 4 now, so we'll talk to you guys all later. See ya.
Hey,